which means a win. And breaking this losing streak as we head into the playoffs, and we are underway as the Fuel quickly get it into the Komet zone. They go back behind the net. Now it's played up along the wall. Here's a pass in front, picked up by LeVay. He tries to put it in on Nagle. It's knocked away. Comes down up the boards and out to the blue line, and all the way out it comes. Racing back is Marshall. He throws it over onto the far side. Now banks it off the boards. Got Schneider. Takes a hit. Now the pass intercepted by the Komets by Shasma. Going to come down to Nagle, and he will stop it, and he will take it into the corner. Up top to the blue line. And played forward and knocked down by Hamonic in front, up along the near side, and back down low. Here's Bly with it. He gets wrapped up in the corner. Just underway here at the Coliseum, no score. The puck rolls back down into the Indianapolis zone. And going backwards is Anders Franzen, who had a goal last night. Cross-ice pass. It goes over to DeFulvis. He brings it into the Komet zone, back behind the net where Will Weber whips it around, gets it to Brett Verlaney, who saw his first action since being injured early in March.
Here we are,
coming
walking
down
in
front, walking in, backhand, and a goal. Komets get on the board. It was Friedmann who stuck in the back door there. The puck was put right on his tape, and he beats the goaltender low. Friedmann got on the board first last night, and look at the rookie as he's really showing some spark for the Fort Wayne Komets.
Well, it was a bit of an innocent play. We hadn't been in their zone yet. We finally got the puck up to the blue line. A little flip pass. Friedmann headed to the net. It bounced over to the defenseman's stick. He took it, went to his backhand, put it between the legs. We get on the board at 1:12. Nice way to start, Friedmann. He scored last night, gets another one tonight.
And the Komets have been playing from behind for about 3 or 4 games now. That's about the first time here in a couple of weeks where the Komets have got on the board first. So the Komets, good start here as Friedmann gets another one. And now the Komets go back to work. Here's a shot from Weber from the point. Here's the one in front. Knocked down is Friedmann trying to go for number 2 on the evening. And the puck is cleared all the way out. Up along the far boards, down in the Komet zone. Here's Will Weber getting wrapped up with DeFulvis. Now we got a pile up along the far boards. Pops loose down into the corner. And back behind the net, it's whipped around. Here's Jardine keeping it in for Indianapolis. Goes up along the far boards, held in by the Fuel. Here's a shot on Nagle, and he makes the stop.
Holds on, making sure got it. Short side shot by Indy. They're coming after us right now. They're not shy. But it may be a wide open game. They have nothing to lose. And if they leave it open, we got to put the puck in, as Friedmann did. His 4th of the season, assisted by Thomas, and 44, Soul.
1-0 Komets, 18:08 to go here in the first. It's good to see the Komets get on the board first. Puck is dropped in the Komet zone, comes up top of the blue line. Clark tries to hold it in and does. Pulls it back all the way down low into the corner. Here's Rhett Bly, comes upstairs to the blue line, cross-ice pass, one-timer, on the net, rebound coming in, and it rolls to Nagle, and we got a penalty call.
Yeah, it could be holding against Corbett, I believe, as Indy got the rebound. The man was headed for the puck to get it, and Corbett sort of grabbed on a little bit to stop from getting good wood on it. He made what happened good, but he got the holding penalty, tripping they're going to call it, as Corbett will go to the box. First power play goes to Indy.
And Corbett sat out last night, back in there tonight, and he is the first guilty party of the evening going into the penalty box. And that'll put the Fuel on the power play.
Friedmann, his 4th goal of the season. Thomas and Cody Soul get the assist on it.
Indianapolis 1 for 3 on the power play last night. They go to work here. Here's Ben Marshall setting things up top of the circle. Shot, and it's safe made. Komets wearing their special orange spaceman jerseys tonight, where Indianapolis in the white jerseys. And during the playoffs, we'll go back to white at home and black on the road. Pat Nagle sets up as we await the face-off in the Komet zone. 17:45 to go here in the first. Komets on a penalty kill, and the face-off is going to split the D-men and come all the way down into the Indianapolis zone. Here's Marshall, plays on the right side to Claire, gets it into the Komet zone. Poke checked away, comes down into the corner, and it's coming back all the way the other direction. Jordan Southorn got a piece of it, and it comes down, and it's going to be played by Terry Schaefer. Schaefer drops it off. And the Fuel back on the attack. It's Claire over the blue line. He's onside. He's going to wheel one around. Nagle will stop it. He will flip it over. Try to the glass, and they score.
Yeah.
It was intercepted behind the net. And Indianapolis ties it up. It was a bad clear by Nagle. He was trying to go up along the far boards, just taken right off of his stick, and the Fuel wrap it home, and we are tied at 1.
Yeah, he got out of the net to go around and stop it. He stopped it, but when he shot it, I think it hit the defenseman, came back in his feet, got in scramble, and before he get back in the net, get possession, Indy got the thing out, jabbed it in the side. They get a power play goal, and they tie it up.
17-12 to go here in the first period, and we are all tied as it looks like it went off of Will Weber.
Yeah.
So just a bad bounce there for the Komets, results in a power play goal for Indianapolis. And now the Komets going back to work here in a tie hockey game. Paul Crowder over the blue line and into the corner. It is played back behind the net. It's wheeled around and up to the blue line. Indianapolis defender lost his stick, but they're still managing to get it out of there, and it's up along the far boards, and they come on sides up along the far wing again. Come down into the corner, and now we've got a pile up. Everybody down low below the goal line, and the puck squirts loose to Jordan Southorn. Southorn up along the near side, gets it to Sidlowski. Here's a strong backhander coming all the way out of the zone, trying to go to Jamie Shaspa. Pass was broken up.
Hand pass in the center zone.
And the goal, we now get the word is unassisted. Cody Sharib, as he picks up another goal. He picked up one last night. That's his 17th of the season. Came at 2:48 of the first period on the power play. And we're down to 16:24 to go here in the first. Face off in the neutral zone. Indianapolis has it back behind their own net, and they will play it forward. There's Brandon Wong, who had a big night last night. Gets it out to Petricki, the captain. He sends it around. Nagle will stop it. And now he wheels it around. Comes up along the far boards. Now dumped back into the corner. Now we got to pile up behind the net. Friedmann comes in to help out. We've got 5 bodies down there as Cody Soul is able to dig it free. Up along the boards to Perlini. Backhander all the way out. And coming down is Franzen. Cross-ice pass to Petricki here on the left wing. Throws it out to the center line where it's intercepted by Mbach. Mbach now racing down into the corner, and it comes up along the wall trying to go to Thompson. Thompson's pass is broken up. Now Thompson and Mbach fight for it in the corner with Franzen. Comes back behind the net, and it goes to Trevor Cheek. Cheek looking around, spins it around, trying to go to Mbach. Over his stick, comes to the opposite side, and here's Thompson with it. Goes up top of the circle. Pass broken up. Thompson gets it back out now to the blue line. Here's Cody Corbett with it. He tries to saucer one over.
Finally out.
Pass was broken up and out of the zone. 15-15 to go in the first period. Tie hockey game, and this one's going to come down. No icing on the play. As Cheek sends it around, back behind that centering pass. Cheek with a shot. Second opportunity, he fans on it. Comes up along the far boards, right on the money. But Schaefer shuts the door, and here come the Fuel. Franzen on the left side. He floats one all the way down into the near corner. Goes back behind the net for Beaupre. He spins it around, has Shaftsma. And now Shaspa's pass a little bit too tall for the intended target. Now Blythe takes a hack from behind, gets no call on it. Comes down into the corner, and it's controlled by Indianapolis. Corbett comes in down there to meet Matt White into the corner, and the pass is intercepted by the Komets. Here's Cheek with it, giving it a look, flips it ahead, and he finds the tape of Jamie Shaftsma. Shaspa backs up, goes up along the far boards, and they're on sides for Crowder. Crowder drops it back to Sidlowski, looking to snap one off, and it's going to be knocked away by Claire. Up top of the blue line, coming down on Schaefer. He gets a stick on it. Comes along the right side to Hamonic. Now back down low. Return pass to Hamonic. He puts it right on the money. And Schaefer hanging on with 14:06 to go in the first. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
The puck is dropped on another Komet season. And what better way to get ready to watch the K's than with a pregame party? Aunt Millie's Deli Buns and your party spread will put the biscuit in the basket for your guests. To face off with some great sandwich ideas for your party, visit AuntMillie's.com. Whatever you put inside the sandwich, it's always a winner when you include Aunt Millie's Deli. And speaking of winners, go Komets!
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Coming down here are the Fuel. They get 2 quick shots in on Pat Nagle, and he squeezes the pads and shuts the door.
And those shots coming from the high slot, and that's not a good area for a guy to be getting 2 shots on goal. The puck came from the defense in the high slot. 1 shot, rebound came right back to him. He got it off again, and the defense finally covered up for Pat.
13:41 to go in the first. Shots are even up at 5, and the score is also even up at 1. Face-off in the Comet zone, and here's the puck drop. Comes to the top of the circle, now to the blue line, spin around by Claire, and now up along the far boards, up top of the point. Here's a shot, knocked away, and Nagle didn't know where it was. Comes up along the near side. Cody Soul whips one around, trying to go to Perlini. He stops it up along the boards, but the Fuel are able to keep it in just for a moment. Now it trickles over the line, sent back into the Comet zone where Cody Soul awaits it. Back the other direction, all the way down. That's going to hit the end boards. No icing on the play, and it's going to be picked up by Sam Jardine. Tries to go right up the middle of the ice. Cody Soul wraps his man up.
Buddy.
No icing on that as well. Cody Soul comes back. He's got Perlini at the blue line. Coming over to Kyle Thomas now in on Schaefer, and he got it knocked away. Top of the circle down in the Indianapolis zone. Here's Perlini up along the boards. Now he angles it back behind the net for Kyle Thomas. Here's Thomas looking up top, goes to the blue line. Corbett whips one around. Back behind the net. On the other end, it's Beaupre. And Beaupre now goes to the opposite side. Here on the near wing, their centering pass broken up by the goaltender Schaefer. And it is picked up by Sharib, who's got the Indianapolis goal here tonight. Up along the far boards with 12:27 to go in the first. Here is Garrett Thompson. Welcome back to Fort Wayne, number 48. He has got the puck, and he will move it here down the right side. Gets it over his own blue line just for a moment, but it's pulled back now into the Comet zone. Thompson gets it back, rolls it out to the center line, batted right back the other direction, and into the Comet zone it rolls at the blue line. Thompson cannot control it. Now back to the neutral territory again, where it's dropped back by Petricki. Petricki at his own blue line, plays it ahead, now right back the other direction. Both teams not getting any real flow here. It's just batting the puck around the neutral zone. Now it comes down into the Comet zone, back behind deep. It goes to Cody Corbett. And now Trevor Cheek's turn with it up along the far boards. He carries it down, 11:42 to go in the first. And the puck now rolling back down into the Comet zone.
Line change, Comets trying to get organized.
The Comets being a little tentative here, as again they need 1 point to get that second seed in the Western Conference. So a little tight here, as here's a cross ice pass coming over. Hamonic with the shot, and Schaefer gets the glove out in time.
That's 2 good shots by Hamonic. They let go from the point there. One about 2 minutes ago on that shift there. Down low, goaltender had to go down to get it, but he got the glove on it. Nobody was able to deflect it or screen him, but a good shot from the point on the net.
That's one thing the Comets have to look for, those second opportunities. But Comets from the blue line have not been taking many shots, which has not resulted in those second and third chances. So we'll see if the defensemen decide to put the puck on the net a little bit more often this evening.
Friedmann at the center right now for the Comets.
Friedmann has been the hottest Comet over the past couple games, and here's Claire coming down. It's going to be Clark centers it, and it's broken up in on Nagle. Makes the save, comes up along the far boards. That time Cody Soul could not take his man off the play, and here we go in front of the net again, and it's picked up by Kyle Thomas. Comets again getting sloppy, as Kyle Thomas got a poke checked away up along the far boards and sent back into the Comet zone. Here's Cody Soul.
Move it up. There you go.
Moves it up along the wall. Now back to Cody Soul. He is going to rim one around. Comes to the opposite side, over the stick of Kyle Thomas, and all the way down to the Comet zone. Cody Corbett with a backhander, heads over to Gabe Beaupre. His pass is broken up, and now up along the far wing again. Comets have it in their own zone. Cody Corbett has it, plays it up along the far side, and the Comets try and get it in deep in the Indianapolis zone, but they can't do it. And Ben Marshall has got a hold of it for the Fuel. Up along the far side, gets into the Comet zone, backhander in, and Nagle will stop it. Spins one off the glass, trying to go to Embach off of his skates, and it rolls right in front of the net, and there's a scoring chance.
Again.
And it goes wide of the net. Brandon Wong was right there on the spot. Now here come the Comets again. It's going to be Thompson. Thompson lost it to Rhett Bly, comes up along the near wall again, and it comes up to the Fuel, and they're able to move it forward. Dropping back is Hamonic at the blue line. Finds Cheek at the center line, and he is able to carry it in. Gets it over to Sadlowski. And takes a shot. And blocker up top. Hamonic, cross-ice pass. Stepping up top of the circle. Got some room. Oh, Crowder was right there. He couldn't connect.
Couldn't control it.
Into the corner. Now Sadlowski, top of the circle. Here's Shaspa with a backhander knocked down. Picked up by the Fuel in the corner off the boards. And here we come. It is Justin Huser, who was not in the game last night. He has got the puck. Sends it out to Franzen. His shot goes wide, back behind the net. Wraparound attempt, and Nagle got to the post in time.
Yeah, they tried to jam it in the short side as it took a bad bounce off the boards. Niggs was able to get his pad down there. Hold on, got the whistle.
9:11 to go in the first period. We are tied at 1 here at the Coliseum. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
We are coming off the media timeout here at the Coliseum. Our score is tied. And, of course, the Komets needing that big win to get that second seed in the Western Conference. All they need really is a point. But, of course, let's get a win and get 2 points to get back on the winning track as we head into playoffs. Coming up next week, April 15th and 16th, right here at the Coliseum. Not sure who the Komets are going to be playing, but it's looking more like Indianapolis or Cincinnati. However, if the Komets cannot lock up that second seed and fall to number 3, Komets could be going out west again to play Utah. 9:11 to go here in the first. We're tied at 1. Shots in the game are 8-6 in favor of Indianapolis. And the puck is dropped in the Komet zone up top of the blue line. Franzen with a shot. That one caught the pad of Nagle, threw it into the corner. And now the Komets have it. Up along the far boards, they throw it into the near corner. Sadlowski tries to put it on net. It was knocked down by the defenseman. And now up along the right side. Into the Komet zone. It's played off the paddle of the stick of Pat Nagle. And that one will find the screen, so we'll have a face-off upcoming in the Komet zone.
Of course, we got to wait till sometime this week, probably Monday or Tuesday, before we actually know how the playoffs will all set up and who we actually play as the regular season ends tomorrow.
Pat Nagle comes to the top of the crease as he awaits the puck drop. Indianapolis wins it. Here's Jardine on the blue line. Puts one in, goes back behind the net.
A little jam in the goal mouth.
Now Brandon Wong has to get up as he found his way into the net. The Komets break free. Here's Kyle Thomason coming in, walking and drops it back. Shoots, and Cody Stoll missed the mark. Up along the far board. Looks like that shot was tipped. All the way back into the Komet zone. Will Weber retreats backwards. Weber up along the far boards, gives it a look, picks up the head, dumps it off the boards, goes to Kyle Thomas, backhander in the zone. Here we go, Perlini shoots.
Nice shot, Perlini.
And right on the money. Nice little, trying to deke around the defender, and he got in the goaltender, but he put it right on the money of Terry Schaefer.
Nice shot by Perlini. Good to see him back in the lineup. He's been out for a month or so, and they got the 3 major centermen back. Perlini, Crowder, Cheeks are back, and of course right now they've got David Friedmann, who's been playing pretty well. A decision will have to be made with him on which centerman they are actually going to go with in the playoffs.
Friedmann, 2 goals in 2 nights.
Yeah, impressive.
8:14 to go in the first. Big crowd on hand here at the Coliseum, as we'll have our annual end-of-season awards coming up at the conclusion of this game. Now the puck comes up to the top of the circle, and out of the zone it comes. Here's Sharif, got a man on the right-hand side in front. Oh, he's breaking in, and just could not find him. Comes out to Thompson. Thompson cross-ice pass goes off the skate of Mike Embach. Embach seen his first action since being out of the Komet lineup February 24th. Got in the game on Wednesday, and again last night. Has yet to register a point, but he's had a couple of penalties. Puck rolled into the Komet zone here along the near side. Big pile up. Embach comes in, and he is able to dig it free, and we got a penalty called. And let's see if it's going to be on Bly or Hamonic. Those two guys were tussling with each other.
Well, Embach was being hooked all over the place. He was trying to break up the ice. He kept getting pulled from behind, and it looks like it's Hamonic going to get it as roughing. It was behind the play as Hamonic got involved with one of the Indy players. And again, we kept trying to Embach to get up the ice, and he was being hooked, and it wasn't seen. Man short, Komets again, second time tonight. Roughing.
And Justin Hamonic has not found his way to the penalty box very much this season, just 16 penalty minutes this year. And the Komets go back on the penalty kill for the second time tonight, as Indianapolis 1 for 1 on the power play here. 7:32 to go in the first period as Cody Soul quickly whips it out of the zone, sends it down the length of the ice. Schaefer will stop it. And it goes back behind the net. Here's Franzen to bring it out for Indianapolis on the man advantage. Carries it over the blue line. Here's LeVay, top of the circle, trying to get around Crowder, and does. Goes down low, cycles it over. Up top to Schneider. Now cross ice pass Petricki. Petricki steps up. He takes a wrister, knocked down. Here's Schneider on the other end, gathering up the rebound. Goes up top of the blue line and kicked out of there by Paul Crowder. Coming out of the zone, here's Schneider weaving through traffic in the neutral zone. Gets it over the blue line, but poked away. And coming back is Ben Marshall back at his own blue line. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go on the power play for Indianapolis as Claire puts it on the stick of Marshall. Marshall now gets over the blue line, poked away, but it goes right backwards. And now up along the far boards and whipped around. Down low it comes. Here's Sharif. He spins one around, and it's going to be into the corner.
Get it out.
Southorn with it. He goes right up the center of the ice, knocked away. Doesn't go very far, but out of the zone it comes, and here's Kyle Thomas with it. Kyle Thomas going to try and skate some clock off, sends it all the way over on the far side, and it's going to be Weber spinning it around. Here's Schaefer. He will stop it. Down to 30 seconds to go on the power play. Kevin Clare with it, over to Ben Marshall, over the blue line as he stood up by Cody Soul. And Soul has got it. Here's a backhander trying to move it forward, and now it's played out. No, it goes to the blue line, knocked down by Marshall. Nice play there by Marshall as Embach put it upstairs. He had to leave his feet, knocked it down. Now it goes the length of the ice.
5 seconds.
And Clare has it. Skates in front of his own net, dishes off onto the right side, and Will Weber back to the Komets.
All even.
And here comes Hamonic back to the bench, and we're 5 on 5.
Got apart.
Coming off the bench, here we go. Coming in, Thompson trying to send it over to Mike Embach, and you're right, he should have taken the shot.
Yeah, he came out of the penalty. I came out of the box and was wide open as Embach gave him a nice pass. He was inside the circle, breaking in the left side. He had the goalie all by himself, tried to make a pass back to Embach, who was following the play up. That got into directed the wrong way, but Thompson was right in all by himself, had the goaltender, and decided to pass off. Take the shot, guys.
5:30 to go in the first period. We are tied at 1, and the puck is dropped back behind the net. Up along the far boards, knocked away by Beaupre. And Friedmann going back for the Komets. Friedmann goes to Cody Corbett, goes back behind the net, tries to avoid a check from Dylan Clark. It does. Spins away, comes up on the right side, cuts it back, and his pass is knocked away. Got up in the legs of Friedmann, and now Jardine has it for Indianapolis. Up along the far boards, it's going to come all the way down. No icing on the play as Cody Corbett tries to get to it, lost the race to it, comes down into the corner. Here's Dylan Clark, goes back behind the net, now skates into the corner. Up top to the point. Here's a shot on Nagle. It goes wide. And coming around, back behind the net, here's Cody Corbett. Takes his fan off the play, picked up by Friedmann. Pushes it ahead, up along the far wing, and coming down, but not for long. Puck rolls around and back to the opposite side. Jardine gets it into the Komet zone. Here's Corbett with it as the puck rolls down. Leaves it for Hamonic. And Hamonic will take his time as he sets up behind the net. Goes forward. Here's Sidlowski with a backhander. Gets it over the line. Here's Crowder. Crowder in. Tries to float one forward. Comes down to Schaefer. Kicks it aside. Comes back behind the net. Another good scoring chance for the Komets.
Crowder right in there.
Up along the far side. Here's Petricki to Ciampini. His pass knocked away by Crowder. Crowder gets wrapped up by Franzen. Puck rolls into the Indianapolis zone. Petricki has it. He sends it forward. Here's Ciampini, who had a couple points last night. Gets around Hamonic. Tries to center it up. Broken up by Hamonic. Indianapolis has it again. Here's a shot. That one's knocked away and comes up to the blue line, and the Komets are able to fish it out of there. Here's Sean Sidlowski carrying it over the blue line, kicking at it, trying to control the puck.
Yeah, he had two guys all over him.
Petricki comes up with it, gets it in deep into the Komet zone, but Weber is there, spins it back the other way. Indianapolis on a line change. They carry it over the blue line. Here's a shot on Schaefer, makes the stop, comes down to Justin Thompson. Thompson up along the far boards, gives it a look, puts it on net, and Schaefer are going to squeeze the pads and get a whistle.
Yeah, bad angle, but he threw the puck right at the net, hoping to hit the goalie as he moved off the post a little bit. He made the save, held on. Komets trying to get some shots on goal. Thompson from the boards. That's their 8th shot on the net, they count. So it'll still being outshot 9-8.
Face-off in the Komet zone. And it'll be Trevor Cheek to take the face-off. Puck is dropped and comes down into the corner. Then Marshall tries to get it to Claire. Now back down low again. Here's Cheek up top to the blue line. Cross-ice pass to Corbett. Puts it in on net. That one's going to go wide. Here's Thompson back behind the net again. Garrett Thompson looking around. Goes up top. Here's a shot, and that one goes wide again. Back behind the net. You'll have it, and we'll dig it out of there. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Cheek in front of the net. Here's a backhander, and missing the net is Mbach. Trying to pick that corner. And the Fuel with it along the far glass, trying to go to Bly. Back is Corbett on defense. Bumps it off the boards, comes down low, back behind the net, and it is Matt White with it. White circling around, being shadowed by Beaupre, gets it up to the blue line. Now return pass back to White down low. Beaupre bumps his man off the play, but White maintains his feet, still has the puck down low, coming in on Nagle, takes a shot, knocked down, puck rolling around, diving across the crease is Nagle, and the Komets scoop it up. Here's Kyle Thomas coming down in transition up along the far boards. They float one ahead, knocked down with just 2 minutes to go in the period. Cross-ice pass, here's Jardine, again being shadowed by Friedman. Quickly puts it over onto the left wing, and into the zone they come. Soul takes his man off the play, comes down into the corner. Now we got everybody down there below the goal line. Soul digs it free, touch pass to Friedman, now back to Soul. And now Friedman with it again. We're tied at 1 as Friedman puts it in on net, and the goaltender will keep it there. We'll take a quick break. 1:31 to go in the first. We're tied. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Elwood's Appliances is Fort Wayne's most trusted source for quality GE appliances. Family owned and operated, Elwood's Appliances has proudly served the Fort Wayne community for more than 40 years and is Fort Wayne's very own GE factory authorized scratch and dent appliance outlet. Get quality, service, and price that the big box stores just cannot provide. Whether you're looking for one appliance or a whole house full, look no further than Elwood's Appliances, 2808 Lower Huntington Road in Fort Wayne, and visit elwoodsappliance.com.
WOWOAM, Fort Wayne.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Down to 1:13 to go here in the first. We got a tie hockey game. Up along the far boards. Here's a shot in on Nagle, and he snatches it out of the air as Jamie Shasma took a big hit along the far boards. Jamie is able to pop back up, and we'll have a face-off in the Komet zone.
Nagle, another shot on the net there, makes the save. That's number 9 for him. He held on, made sure. The line changes for both teams coming with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the period. Tie score, 1-1. Komets scoring at 1:12. Indy coming back with a power play goal at 2:48.
Face off to the left of Nagle. And it'll be White in there to take it for the Indianapolis Fuel. And the puck is dropped, comes along the far boards. The Fuel have it. Marshall tries to get it in deep. It does. Gets it to White, goes back behind the net. Here's Bly. Bly gets wrapped up by Beaupre. Taken off the play, and here's Friedman coming up with it. Friedmann floats it forward. Marshall back on D for Indianapolis. He sends it right to the middle of the ice to White. White over to Bly, over the blue line. He stops, looking to send it over on the far side. Here's a slap shot, knocked down by Beaupre. And coming back the other direction are the Komets.
Dump it in, try to get to it.
Thompson gets it in the corner, but that's an icing. And we'll take another break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Here's Cody Stoll with a big blast. Went right off the left shoulder of Schaefer. Here's another shot by Will Weber. It's taken away. And coming back down the length of the ice, here's Cody Stoll back the other way. Turned around by Brandon Wong. Back to Petricki with 4 seconds to go to play in the period. Here's Wong with it over the blue line. And the period will come to an end. And we are tied at 1. And some of those bad habits the Komets have picked up during the past few games are still around, Robbie.
Well, they got some shots on goal there later in the period. They outshoot him 11-9. And I think Cody Stoll right there amplified exactly the way the luck's been going with the Komets. He got a one-timer from about 25 feet out, let it go. The goaltender was coming over, wasn't really in his best position, but somehow got a piece of it off the shoulder, deflected it up and over the net, and they missed a great scoring chance. So a little sloppy in their own zone, as you mentioned, and everything, but Indianapolis is coming at them as hard as they can. Remember, they got nothing to lose, and they're playing a little loose right now, and it's making it very difficult for the Komet defense to get organized, come out of their own zone, and make those passes correct.
Big crowd on hand here at the Coliseum, and it's been a pretty good game so far. We are tied at 1. We'll be back. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Have you seen the redesigned 2016 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra pickup trucks? This year's models have the comforts you expect and some great new features the other trucks in their class can only dream of. Made right here in Northeast Indiana, these trucks are assembled by union labor, the proud men and women of UAW 2209. American-made quality and workmanship are the cornerstones of the UAW. That quality can be yours. Stop by your Chevy and GMC dealer to test drive these 2016 models. We know you'll feel the difference.
For everyone on game day, and people are hungry. More than that, they're hangry, and it's 95 degrees out, and they're thirsty. That's right, people are thrangry. They need to chill, and that gives you an idea. You remember Coors Light is filtered and bottled cold, so you pass some cold ones out. Suddenly, it's like they're snowboarding in the majestic Rocky Mountains, speeding away from the peaks of Thrangry and down the slopes of yes. So they make with the cheering and let you get with the grilling. Well done. Now it's time for your Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features Max Performance Gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the Work Line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life: mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra: a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local, independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn. If you're looking for a way to see the Komets for less, then you'll want to read all about it. Find coupons on Komet ads in print editions of the Journal-Gazette and News Sentinel for seats in the Fort Wayne newspaper's extra section for only $8. Save $5 per ticket with your extra section coupon. For more information, check the latest edition of the Journal-Gazette or News Sentinel, or visit Fort Wayne Newspapers downtown on Main Street. Pick up your coupon today for extra special savings on the Komets, courtesy of the Fort Wayne Newspapers Extra Section. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report, presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani with you here tonight as the Komets desperately need a win. Actually, they just need 1 point to lock up that second seed in the Western Conference, but it'd be nice to see to get a win in regulation tonight to wrap up the second seed and get home ice for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. 2 goals scored in the first period, 1 on either side. It was David Friedmann picking up the first one for the Fort Wayne Komets. It came at 1:12 of the first period, so the Komets came out firing. That's the rookie Friedmann's 4th of the season in his 8th game played with the Komets. Cody Soul and Kyle Thomas, the assists on that. And then the Komets, they gave up one. It was on the power play, and it went to Cody Sharib, his second in as many nights, his 17th of the season. It came at 2:48 as the Komets got a little sloppy there in their own end there during that penalty kill, which resulted in the goal for Indianapolis. Fans, if you're looking for a traditional mortgage or a product tailored to your specific needs, contact Hallmark Home Mortgage at 469-0900 or visit them at hallmarkhomemortgage.com. And the Sport One Parkview Ice House is proud to be the official practice facility of the Fort Wayne Komets. Located on Iceway across from Glenbrook Commons, the Ice House is Fort Wayne's home for hockey. It's never too late to learn how to skate. The Sport One Parkview Ice House offers programs to ages 3 and up. Visit icesports.com/Fort Wayne to see a list of upcoming Learn to Skate classes. And fans, the Midwest Division champion Fort Wayne Komets, of course, want to invite you to the first 2 games of the Kelly Cup playoffs. It will be Friday, April 15th and Saturday, April 16th. You can get those tickets now. They are on sale. You can pick them up at the Coliseum ticket office or online at Komets.com. Okay, we'll take a break here during the intermission report. We are tied at 1, and when we return, we will take a look at scores going on in the ECHL tonight. A lot riding on a lot of games this evening as it's the final night of the regular season. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, but thanks to advances in treatment, I survived. And when I look back and see how far I've come, you'd think the last thing on my mind would be a checking account. But a new checking account at Fifth Third Bank can help fund Stand Up to Cancer and their cutting-edge research. This groundbreaking initiative is helping save lives. Like, for instance, my life. Learn more at 53.com/SU2C. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
Member FDIC, Stand Up to Cancer is a program of the Entertainment Industry Foundation, a 501c3 charitable organization.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. Communicating with your fleet of vehicles across the state of Indiana just got easier and safer. Turbo Connect from ERS is a wide area 2-way radio system offering talk, text, and GPS fleet management throughout most of Indiana. Turbo Connect meets Department of Transportation regulations for hands-free communications and gives you the peace of mind that you can communicate with your fleet without distraction. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584 or online at www.trboconnect.com.
Hey, it's Matt McKibben from Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, where we make the car buying experience fun and exciting. We get you the right car at the right payment that's right for you. It's our spring clearance event where we have over 30 brand new Chrysler 200 in stock, and we're selling each one of them for over $7,000 off MSRP. You can get a great car nicely equipped for $7,000 off. You're buying it for $19,661. It's all month long during our spring clearance event, so come get a Dodge Boy deal under the giant American flag or jump online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
This is Casey Shirey, sales manager from Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and we have the largest selection of vehicles to choose from. Shop 700 vehicles on GlenbrookDodge.com, and you can buy with confidence knowing all of our pre-owned vehicles are expertly inspected, and many of them come with a factory warranty. If you don't see what you want, let me know. I can get it for you. So come get a Dodge Boy deal at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Coliseum Boulevard under the giant American flag in Fort Wayne, and always online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani with you here tonight. We are tied at 1 here in the first intermission. Shots in the game are 11-9 in favor of the Fort Wayne Komets, but we are tied on the scoreboard. And speaking of scoreboards, a lot going on in the ECHL. The season ends tonight, and a lot riding on a lot of games. First starting Toledo and Kalamazoo. These two teams would meet in the first round of the playoffs. If things end the way they are right now, Kalamazoo needs a victory to clinch that final spot, and right now they are up at home against Toledo. So this could be a first-round playoff preview. It is 2-0 Wings with 10:14 to go in the second. Wheeling and Reading, right now they are in the middle of things in the Eastern Conference. Reading holding down the 6th spot, Wheeling in the 7th spot, as Reading is up on Wheeling by a score of 2-1, as Wheeling is down by 1 point to Reading in the standings, so those two teams could flip-flop by the end of the night. Manchester and Adirondack, that is a 3-0 game. Manchester with the lead. Manchester right now would play Reading in that first round. Adirondack would play Florida, and they would be the 5th seed. But Adirondack, they have got 82 points, and they are currently tied with Reading as well. Again, a big mess in the Eastern Conference. A lot to be decided here in the next couple of hours. Orlando and Florida. Florida is set up in the playoffs. Orlando is out, and Florida is up 2-0 down at the Germain Arena this evening. 1-1, Elmira and Brampton. Elmira needs a win. They also need Kalamazoo to lose to get into the playoffs, and right now they are tied up at 1 in Elmira. Greenville and Atlanta, one of the few games tonight that has no bearing on the playoffs at all. Both of these teams are out, Greenville and Atlanta, and right now Atlanta at home up on Greenville big by a score of 4-0. South Carolina and Norfolk, they are tied at 1. Norfolk out of the playoffs as well. They are number 13 in the Eastern Conference. South Carolina really made a run here towards the end of the regular season. Looked like Toledo was going to have no trouble locking up that first seed, but it could turn out that South Carolina might just be 2 points behind the Walleye as time expires on the regular season. The Stingrays have 96 points coming into tonight's finale. Toledo with 99, so Toledo could, with a point tonight, could get to 100 on the season. Wichita and Tulsa, that is another one that has no bearing on the playoffs at all, as Tulsa was eliminated last night. They got the win, but Quad City also got the win, so that eliminated the Oilers from playoff contention. They are playing Wichita, who have been out of the playoffs really for most of the season. Wichita just 18 wins on the year, and they are at the end of one period of play, and there is no score. Evansville and Allen. Evansville playing their final game as a member of the ECHL, as they will go dark as they go across the river and will take a year off, and they will come back when they will be in Owensboro, Kentucky. And right now that game is tied at 1 down in Allen. And the game that we're all keeping an eye on, Cincinnati right now is up on Quad City, and if Cincinnati wins, they will leapfrog Quad City into that 7th spot, and the Komets could be going to Cincinnati in a couple of weeks for games 3 and 4, but the Komets have got to get that point here tonight. That game just about halfway through the first period, Cincinnati up 1-0 on Quad City. Then out west, Utah is at Rapid City, Missouri is at Idaho, and Colorado is at Alaska, and there still is that chance. If Idaho gets the win against Missouri tonight and the Komets do not get a point, the Komets will fall to 3rd place in the Western Conference, and that's a good possibility. They will go out west and play the 6th seed, which would be the Utah Grizzlies, a team the Komets have not seen all season long. So that's the rundown here for the playoffs at the moment. And we are at the first intermission between the Komets and the Fuel, tied at 1. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We built our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets and auto mechanic service to fit your busy life.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No refreshing Pepsi and no hope. Look at it. Really, really look. Are you looking? Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders just like yours are being abused, deprived of Pepsi, forgotten. Instead of a refreshing Pepsi, some of them are being filled with loose change or crumbled up drive-through receipts, or is that a wad of used chewing gum? Clean your car. But what if you could help? Both of you, or all of you. There's really no way for me to know how many of you are in your car. I hope there's not 10 of you. That would be really unsafe. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our cup holders and our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having a refreshing Pepsi right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
Driving down the road and your car dies at the light. You know you've got to make it here, cause we can make it right. Bumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones to fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years, Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
With 16 locations throughout the state, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets team and proud of our roots. For more than 30 years, we've helped thousands of Hoosier families establish their roots with a mortgage loan. When you need a mortgage that is simple and straightforward from a name you can trust, be sure to stop by any of our offices or go to www.ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 10994. This is not an offer for extension of credit or a commitment to lend. Equal housing lender. Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report, presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
We are at the first intermission here at the Coliseum. Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons with you here tonight as the Komets look to get a win here in the regular season finale. But right now it is tied at 1. David Friedmann, the only goal for the Komets. It came at 1:12 of the first period. It was his 4th of the season. We'll take one more break, and we will have the second period coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
The brand new Bar 145 is now open on North Clinton Street, right beside Baker Street. And you can enjoy gourmet burgers and even build your own with over 200,000 combinations. Their menu also offers classic bar dishes that have been kicked up a notch. This is the hottest new bar in town with excellent food, craft beers, and perfectly aged bourbon, plus a custom-built patio. The atmosphere is ambient and energetic with live entertainment from the best bands in the Midwest every Friday and Saturday night. Bar 145 is Fort Wayne's first gastropub. Bar 145, burgers, bands, and bourbon.
The word is, remember the feeling you got?
Improvement.
When you did something you didn't know you could do.
EMENT. Improvement.
Correct. Get that feeling again at Indiana Wesleyan University. Whether you're interested in attending college for the first time, completing a degree, or earning a graduate degree, IWU can help you reach your goals. Visit IWUdegrees.com. IWU. Anything is possible.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
The destination is yours with Excursions Trailways Motor Coach Company. Excursions Trailways operates trips from Indiana and Ohio to destinations in the continental U.S. and Canada. Excursions is the proud official motor coach provider of the Komets, Tin Caps, IPFW, and St. Francis. They provide excellent customer service and clean, well-maintained coaches with courteous professional drivers. Choose your destination and give Excursions a call at 260-485-6167 or visit them on the web at excursionstrailways.com. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Here we go. Second period underway here from the Coliseum. Komets and Fuel tied at 1. And Shane Albarani and Robbie Irons here tonight as Jordan Southorn tries to play it in neutral territory. The puck drops back to the Komet blue line. Justin Hamannik gets there. Petricki knocks at it and comes back the other way. Here's LeMay into the zone, takes the shot. And the blocker, or hit the blocker of Pat Nagle up along the far boards. Here's Jamie Shasma in the blue line, takes a shot, rips it, and a save made by Schaefer.
That one up a little high, not in quite a bit. He was hoping for the rebound as he had Sidlowski break into the net and hope a loose puck that Sid could get a hold of it, but the goaltender got it out of the air and held on, got the whistle for a face-off.
Here's Friedmann, who's been the hottest Komet the past couple of games. He will step in there and take the drop. And it'll be in there with Brandon Wong.
Perlini on the left over here and Thomas on the right.
And here's a shot by Weber, knocked away at the blue line. And coming down is Will Weber, dumping it off the boards. And it comes back to Perlini. Puck comes down in the Indianapolis zone. Here is Kyle Thomas, top of the circle, cross-ice pass. Goes to Cody Soul. Soul off the boards, trying to go to the point, but nobody there. Racing backwards is Will Weber having to come out and help him out on the weak side. And here is looks like almost a tripping call, but waiting for the referee to call it there. As Perlini whips it down into the legs of Schaefer. He sticks it aside, comes up along the far boards, comes to Corbett. Corbett up along the far side, gives it a look, takes a shot, knocked away, and that one will find the screen.
Face-off will stay in the Indy zone as both teams will change up lines again. We played 1 minute and 20 seconds of this second period. We've got a shot apiece by both teams. Both goaltenders have touched the puck.
Garrett Mears and Brock Montgomery were scratches here tonight. They both played last night. But Komets got some good news with Garrett Thompson returning to the lineup, and he's played well here tonight.
Big guy, big man on that right wing.
And here is Thompson right now in the corner, out on the ice, up along the far boards, gets it to Cody Corbett, who sat out last night. Ben Marshall takes it away from him, comes down into the corner. He peels off as he dishes over. Now back to Marshall, back behind his own net. Tries to bank it off the boards, comes upstairs, and that's picked off by the Komets. Corbett rips one around into the Indianapolis zone. Here's Mike Embach, leaves it for Thompson. Comes in, shoots, and a save made. Thompson had a wide open shot. Comes up to Beaupre. Beaupre whips one around, goes back behind the net deep as Marshall kicks at it. Comes to Rhett Bly. He plays it high off the glass. The puck rolling forward down into the Komet zone. Back to the other way. Here's Beaupre. Beaupre sets it up, gives it up to Corbett. Corbett gives it a look, goes up to the forward. Mike Embach. His pass is broken up by Chimpani. And into the corner, here's Will Weber taking a bump from behind. Up along the far boards, Komets have it. Top of the circle, trying getting it down low. Here's Schaefer. Gives it a poke, gets it into the corner. Here's Thompson, rather. Thompson getting around one man, tries to go to Embach. Embach lost an edge, but he gains his feet again. Goes up along the far boards and still knocking around. Komets finally get a hold of it. Up along the far side, here's Southorn. Misplayed it at the blue line, whips one around, comes back behind the net. And Mike Embach again takes a bump from behind. Stays on his feet, maintains possession, comes up top. Here's Sidlowski.
Man walking in.
Hamannik shoots, and a save made, or goes wide, rather.
It was
Crowder.
Right to the goal mouth. Nice pass by Sidlowski. Couldn't handle it.
And Sidlowski coming back, trying to get it to Crowder again. Pass was broken up, and it skips over the blue line. Coming back is Southorn. Southorn pushes it ahead, goes to Sidlowski, quickly back the other direction. And the Komets have it at the center line. Southorn, cross-ice pass, and it goes to Crowder. He is going to wheel one around, comes down here into the corner. Up along the near boards, now to Shasma. Upstairs to Soul, takes a shot. Schaefer
right on.
got the right leg out, and here comes Schneider for Indianapolis over the blue line. Carrying it in on Nagle, gets pushed wide by Will Weber. Comes upstairs to the blue line. Franzen with it, up top. Jardine, here's a shot, and that one caught the pipe. Comes down into the corner. Played out by Clare, top of the slot. Here's a shot. Nagle never saw it. Goes wide, comes up along the far side. Up top to the blue line. Goes down low, back behind the net. The Fuel have it. Now put it onto the far side is Cody Soul. He gobbles it up. And the big defenseman will lumber forward as he tries to get past Schneider.
Dump it in.
Off a backhand. Puck rolling around on Jardine. Franzen comes in to help out. Gets around Shasma. Able to get it back to Jardine, back behind his own net. Now Jardine gives it a look. We are still tied. 15:26 to go in the second period. Here's a long stretch pass into the Komet zone. They carry it over on side. Up top of the high slot, here's another shot. Nagle got a stick on it. Comes down along the far corner, off the glass for Corbett. All the way down, here's Ben Marshall. Being shadowed by Kyle Thomas. Marshall wins the race, goes up to White at center ice. He stops, has a man on the left side, and getting through a check. Coming through is Wong. Here's a shot in front, and it rolls in, and they score.
Yeah, threw it into the goal crease, and it just got deflected by a skate. Just trickled across the net as Pat came out to try to get the puck. Went past him and trickled into the side of the net. Indy gets on the board early in this second period and takes a 2-1 lead.
And it looks like it's going to go to Rhett Bly as the Komets now trail by 1. 14:55 to go in the second. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OMNIBUY, 855-666-4289.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
And here we go. Here's Mike Embach on a breakaway. Shoots, and Schaefer makes the save.
His stick broke when he let fly.
So the Komets have come out firing here in the second period, but more bad luck coming their way.
Yes, it is right now.
And here's LeVay walking in. He takes a shot, goes off the side of the cage. Southorn picks it up for the Komets. Southorn has Embach over the blue line, gets it in deep. Thompson going in for it. Thompson back into the corner. Gets tangled up with Franzen, and the Fuel come away with it. Cross-ice pass. They carry it over the blue line. 3-on-2 opportunity. Here's a shot. Nagle makes the stop. Up along the far boards. Weber trying to get his man off the play. Cross-ice pass comes up to the blue line. Trapani cycles it down low, goes back behind the net. And Trapani taken off by Hamonic. Comes into the near side corner, and the Komets have it. Southorn out to Mike Embach. Gets tangled up, could not control it. And the puck comes to the Fuel up along the far side. 13:13 to go here in the second period. 13:30 to go in the second period. And we get an icing on the play. 2-1 is the score. Fuel with the lead. We'll take another break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Wake up to a great breakfast at a great price with Tim Hortons' new 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. You get 2 breakfast sandwiches with your choice of sausage or bacon with egg and American cheese on a freshly baked home-style biscuit or English muffin for just $4. Guys, it's a deal so good, I'm on my way over right now. Literally. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting breakfast, amazing coffee. At participating U.S. restaurants. Offer available on breakfast sandwiches for a limited time plus applicable taxes. Single sandwiches at regular price.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
13:27 to go here in the second period, and a face-off in the Indianapolis zone. Here's Friedmann on the drop, cannot win it. Indianapolis has it. Here's Trevor Campbell. Into the Comet zone, he plays it. It's Cody Souls right back there. His pass is intercepted by Wong. He's able to get it back in deep into the Comet zone. Here's Soul with it back behind the net. It comes over to Weber. Weber off the boards. Goes to Crunk. Goes off of his stick,
I believe.
Yep, it is. And Crunk couldn't do anything with it. Comes back down. It's going to be touched up for another ice. So we'll go down and drop it again in the Indianapolis zone. 12:59 to go in the second period. 2-1 Indianapolis. Komets got on the board first tonight, which is something that hasn't happened in a few games. But now they've fallen behind once again. Shots are 15-12 in favor of the Komets, but they trail on the scoreboard.
Crowder, Sidlowski, and Shasma out there right now.
Big line for the Komets. Big shift here as it comes up along the near side. Komets have it. Carrying it into the Indianapolis zone. Here's Crowder trying to put it on net. It's knocked down. Comes up to the blue line. Stepping up his Soul. Soul, a lot of room. Take a shot, and it's going to be wide.
Up and over the net.
Over onto the far side. Here's Soul again. One more time. Cody stepping up. Comes off the boards. Goes down low into the corner. All the way up top of the blue line. That's going to clear the zone. Weber could not keep it from skipping over the blue line. He'll retreat back, and everyone gets a change. Will Weber off the glass. Wheels one around. Comes down into the corner. Now Jamie Shafsma comes down there with Jardine. And the Komets have it. Back behind the net. Here's Hamonic. Takes a pop. Still on his feet. Now he goes down. Now lost the puck, or that was Crowder, rather, who took the hit. And now controlling the puck is Kevin Clare for Indianapolis. With 11:54 to go in the second, Clare taking his time. And he drops it off to Ben Marshall. Marshall up along the far boards, puts it in front of his own net. Now played onto the right wing. Here's Rhett Bly. Gets hooked off the play, but still has the puck. Takes a hack, tries to center it, and it's going to be broken up by Cody Corbett.
Get it up.
Corbett out to Thompson. Thompson over to Cheek. Cheek gets spun around, and the puck's going to come up along the Comet bench and roll to the blue line. Here's Cheek flattening the puck out. Drops it back for Beaupre. Beaupre in his own end, out to Corbett at his own blue line. Cross ice to Beaupre. Off the boards it goes to Embach. Embach carries it over. Knocked off the skates of Ben Marshall and back out of the zone. Now the Komets, a little harmless shot in on net, and Schaefer taking no chances. He'll keep it right there and get a whistle.
Well, the Comet forward trying to get in there, Thomas. And as the goaltender sees him coming, he just holds on, kills the play, and that'll get a line change for Indy and a face-off in their own zone again.
Face-off to the left of Schaefer.
11:04, second period. Komets down by 1.
Indianapolis has the puck at their own blue line. They dump it all the way into the Comet zone. Justin Hamonic back, tries to feed it up to the wall to Kyle Thomas. He goes off the boards, and it comes to Crunk. Crunk got it poked away, comes down into the corner, and here's Franzen. Goes back behind the net. We got a big pile up again. Crunk in there to help out. And now it squirts loose, and the Fuel have it, and they come down the ice. Coming in wide, in on Nagle. Here's a shot. He knocks it down. Comes back behind the net for Hamonic. Hamonic up on the far boards for Kyle Thomas. Pass is knocked away. Comes back behind the net. Here's a centering pass. Doesn't get through to Nagle. Up along the far boards. And LeVay is going to clear it out of his own zone. Here's Schaefer. He's going to stop it. Going to try and put it on the stick of Clare. And the pass too tall for him. And Southorn sends it back the other way. Over the blue line, Komets come. Shafsma goes back behind the net as he finds Paul Crowder. Here's a shot from the side. It's going to be blocked before it got through off the stick of Sean Sidlowski. Up top of the blue line to Soul, and he couldn't flatten it out. And it's going to come all the way down to Nagle. Sends it ahead. Comes up along the far boards. 2-1 Indianapolis as Sidlowski takes a shot. And that one will be deflected over the glass and out of play. Well, so we have come to the break here during the second period. 2-1 is the score. Indianapolis with the lead. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Komet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186. About the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
We're here in the second period, and the Komets again need that point. If the Komets cannot come back in this one and get that point, they are in danger of falling to the 3 seed in the Western Conference as postseason play begins next weekend. April 15th and 16th right here at the Coliseum. Komets know for one thing, they will have home ice advantage, at least in that first round as it sits right now. Komets down by a goal with 9:42 to go in the second.
This will be icing.
And Indianapolis quickly ices the puck off of the faceoff, so we'll skate on down and we'll drop it again in the Indy zone.
Yeah, Indy's not in any hurry to try to open this game up. They lead 2-1, and you'd think, nothing to lose. They'd be going for the third goal and try to get a wide open game going. But they're playing pretty defensive hockey right now, and it's making it very difficult for the Komets to get any line combinations in a flow at all. Good defense by Indy right now.
Goes back behind the Indianapolis net off of the faceoff. And now the puck rolling ahead in the Indy zone. Here's Brandon Wong picking it up. He will skate backwards. Got Jardine, but he's going to drop it off the other direction up along the far side. They gain their own blue line. They bring it into the Komet zone. Here they come high slot. There's a shot, and it misses the mark. Comes off the end boards, and Nagle has to poke it aside. In front, Soul misplayed it right in front. Now it comes back behind the net. Here's Will Weber. Gets tangled up with Claire. Sidlowski has got it. He sends it out to Perlini. Perlini off the boards has got Shafsma. Shafsma top of the circle to Sidlowski. Back to Shafsma. In front. Sidlowski shoots. Falling down, and it missed the mark. Up along the far boards. Puck rolling around at the blue line. And here's Shafsma. Goes to Sidlowski. Tries to go down low. A little weak pass is going to be easily intercepted. And coming back are the Fuel. Back in the other direction, but Corbett is there on defense. Sends it to the Komet blue line on sides. Here's Crunk. Couldn't do anything with it. Batted back the other way. And here is Corbett. Stepping up. Let's see what Corbett can do. Takes a shot, and it goes wide. Back down in the corner. Jardine for Indianapolis. Up along the far side. And he will play it ahead into the neutral zone. Knocked down by Garrett Thompson. Thompson turns the corner, goes off the boards. Here's Mbach with it. Mbach could not flatten it out. It's tied up along the the far wall. And now it squirts loose to Claire. Ben Marshall here on the right side will gain his own blue line, send it into neutral territory, and they bring it over on sides up along the far boards as Cody Corbett takes his man hard off the play, and it comes out to Gabe Beaupre. Beaupre to Thompson. Thompson drops it back. Here's Trevor Cheek with a shot, and he missed that one wide. Comes to Jordan Southorn. Back up top to the point. Here's Hamonic. Going to tee it up, going again wide. Now back. Here is another shot by Southorn. That one catches the stick of a defender. Komets still have it. Up along the far boards, down low. Here's Mbach. Mbach trying to get around Claire, taking off the play, but it goes to Cheek. Cheek now back to Mbach. Has a man sneaking in. It's Kyle Thomas in front, trying to wrap it around, and it just went off of his stick.
Yeah, he had the open side. He made the right play.
And coming back down, here is Schneider into the zone. Backhander. Can't get it on net, and here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas lost the puck. And it comes off the board. The Fuel have it, and they bring it into the Komet zone. No, it's going to be brought backwards by Franzen. And now up along the far side, they wheel it in with 6:40 to go in the second period. 2-1 Indianapolis. Komets have it in their own zone, and here's Justin Hamonic. Up along the far boards, tries to get it to Crunk. Crunk now
got to dump it in.
Didn't do anything with it again either. And now Komets spin it into the Indianapolis zone. Schaefer will stop it, and Franzen has got it back behind the net. Big crowd here tonight, but everyone kind of sitting on their hands, waiting for something to happen. Komets trail it 2-1. Here's a pass out to the center line, into the Komet zone. The puck rolls up along the far boards. Here's Will Weber. Weber in the corner, trying to dig it out of there. Gets it to Crowder. Crowder sends it out to Cody Soul. Pass behind him, but he's able to get it back. Gets it out to Sidlowski. And now back the other direction. Komets get it back at their own blue line. Here's Weber getting around Claire. Now tries to get around another man. He's able to get the puck in deep as him and Jardine come together in the corner. Here's Crowder putting it on front of the net. Nobody there but white jerseys. And coming forward to the fuel, but they could not clear it out. Here's Sidlowski with a steal. Sidlowski gets tangled up, couldn't get a shot. Now Crowder comes in to help out. Sidlowski now goes back behind the net. Jardine is there, goes high off the glass, and he clears it out. No icing on the play as Beaupre has it. Beaupre to his own blue line, goes in wide. Goes behind Mike Embach. That one comes off the boards.
Delay offside. Here we go.
And Indianapolis has it. That'll take the offsides off. And here's the puck in on Nagle, and he will put it in his pocket and get a whistle with 5:01 to go here in the second. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
5 minutes now to go in the second period. Komets need a goal to tie this one up. Garrett Thompson digs it out of there. He is back in a Komet uniform first time since the middle of January. Indianapolis
icing
moves it out, and it'll be another quick icing. Thompson left on January 18th for San Antonio of the AHL, and now he's back for the playoff run. But what kind of shape are the Komets going to be in when they head to postseason play? We have got another period to decide that.
Yes. Yep, they need a couple of goals right here. Shots on goal would help too. They're being outshot. No, they're shooting them 18-13. And 18.
Here's a shot on Schaefer.
On the net.
Makes
There's
the stop. Got the left leg out in time. Goes back behind the net. Here's Marshall. Marshall sends it out to center ice. Komets have it. Here's Kyle Thomas. Thomas had a chance to tie the game a few minutes ago.
He pulled
gets tangled
down.
up.
No draws a penalty.
Komets will have their first power play coming up.
We needed a break, something to happen, and this might be the thing that can turn us around right here. We go on the power play, our first of the game. Indy's had two. We finally get a power play in the face-off in the Indy zone. Let's make it happen here, guys. 4:23 to go in the period. We're down by one. Power play, Komets.
Big chance here for Fort Wayne. Komets 1 for 3 on the power play last night in Indianapolis.
Matt White gets the penalty. Hooking, holding.
Franzen with the backhander at the blue line. Komets hang on to it as they try and set this power play up. Comes up top of the blue line. Komets cannot hold on to it. And Nagle will have to come out of the pipes. And he will leave it behind the net. And bringing it out is Jordan Southorn to Shafsma. Shafsma all the way into the far corner. Off the skate of Perlini. Komets still have it. Shafsma pokes at it. Comes down low.
Walking out of the corner.
Crowder in front. Schaefer makes the save. A rebound coming up. Top of the blue line. Southorn to Sidlowski. Sid getting some space. Goes downstairs. Back behind the net. Here is Crowder up top. High slot. Now Sidlowski back to Crowder, opposite side. Crowder goes down low. Has Shafsma. Return pass to Crowder.
Trying to find Sidlowski over here.
Perlini out in front. Here's a shot, and Crowder sneaking in the back door. Couldn't connect. Now Franzen back behind the net. To Petricki off the glass and out of the zone. Doesn't go too far as Southorn is there. Southorn has Crowder. Komets get a line change. Here's a shot that goes wide. Comes down into the corner. Now up along the far boards and out it is played.
Got a break. Heads up.
Now coming to is LeVay. Takes a shot, and right now Nagle makes the save, and he will keep it there and get a whistle.
LeVay, they threw some speed there. He broke down the right side there and cut into the net. And Nags had to make a pretty good save on him as he came out and challenged him coming off the off wing with a good shot, short-handed situation. Still, what do we got? 29 seconds power play. Face-off in the Comet zone. One good rush set up.
2:51 to go in the period. Still 2-1 Indianapolis. And Cody Corbett has got the puck. Throws it over to Friedman. Over to Thompson.
Offside. In the feet passes. That's two of them going up the ice. And that there broke up any flow they had. When they hit the blue line, everybody was zigzagging, and that forced the offside.
So the face-off will be outside of the Indianapolis line with 18 seconds to go on the power play. And it'll be Trevor Cheek to take it for the Komets. Tied up on the circle, Cheek sprawling out there to try and get it into the Indy zone, and he does, but to no avail. It's going to come all the way down into the Komet zone. Back behind the net, here's Rhett Bly, wins the battle, took it away from two Komets down low. And we're down to 2 seconds to go in the power play, and that'll do it.
5 on 5.
Back behind the net, the Komets have it. They go up the near wall. And here's Cheek as Beaupre. Beaupre gives it a look up along the far boards. And now return pass to Beaupre. Too hard off of his stick. And comes into the Indianapolis zone with 2 minutes to go in the period. And up along the far side, here's a long pass coming all the way down to the Komet blue line, batted back, and it's Corbett picking it up. Corbett at the blue line, over onto the far side, trying to get it into the Indianapolis zone, and they do, but Garrett Thompson can't do anything with it. Back out to neutral territory. And LeVay carries it in, gets it to Ben Marshall. Now tied up along the near side. LeVay with it again. Skates all the way to the opposite side, being chased. Kyle Thomas picks up the loose puck. Thomas gets wrapped up, lost the play, comes out to Perlini on the far side of the near side, and back out to Southorn. Cross ice pass to Hamannik. Up along the far boards goes to Kyle Thomas. Thomas over the blue line, comes up, down low. Here's Perlini with a chance, and it's going to roll right to Schaefer. Could not get his blade of his stick on it, and it rolls right to the goalie. Easy save.
Yeah, I think Perlini's shot got a piece of the defenseman's skate as he slid into him, and that was enough to knock the puck down. Goaltender Schaefer came out, grabbed onto it. Face-off will stay in the Indy zone with 1:09 to go.
Puck is dropped in the Indianapolis zone, back behind the net. And here onto the right side, back to the blue line. Here is Shafsma, lost it, and now Cody Soul has got it. Soul is going to step over, but the Komets are offside as Crowder was actually knocked down to the ice. And now here is Petricki and Soul getting into it after the whistle. Things got very rough at the tail end of the game last night. We saw Cody Soul eventually getting the boot, and it looks like Petricki and Soul will both be sent off.
They said Petricki. I don't know if they waved at Soul or not. Penalty box is open. We'll have to see if it's both for roughing.
And Soul will get into the box, so these will cancel out.
2 each for roughing. Sticks got up, looked at each other, snarled, and that was about all happened in the corner there.
Takes us down to 56. Yep, 56 seconds to go in the period. And shots in the game are 20-14. Komets outshot Indianapolis last night by a mark of 41-30.
Yeah, Indy only 5 shots on goal this period. Komets 9. So not a lot of shots from either team, especially when you need some goals. Face-off will come outside the zone. We'll get ready for it.
So the face-off will be placed outside the Indianapolis blue line.
4 on 4 they'll play.
And the Komets taking their time getting the line out there that they want. It's going to be Sidlowski to take the face-off. Now Cheek is going to move over to the wing. And they drop it back to Beaupre. Beaupre, the only defenseman out there for Fort Wayne, as we skate 4 on 4. Beaupre will play it at his own blue line. Goes right up the middle of the ice, lost it, but Cheek is able to get it in, and he puts it on the goaltender, and Schaefer gloves it down, and we'll get a whistle.
They'll stay that way, 4-on-4. Cheeks and Sidlowski will be the forwards. Beaupre back on the point. Whoop. They're going to make another change. On the defense, are they? Yeah. Southorn comes out with Hamannik.
So Sidlowski on the faceoff. Can't win it. Comes back behind the net. Here's Franzen. Goes to Claire, intercepted by Cheek, comes up top of the blue line.
Southorn, here we go.
Southorn, thinking about it, going down low. Schaefer got a piece of it. Goes into the corner. Cheek gets wrapped up along the far side. And here's Brandon Wong playing it ahead with 20 seconds to go in the period. Claire with it, going to drop it backwards. And now Indianapolis pretty content, just taking that 1-goal lead into the locker room. 7 seconds. Claire gets some pressure, dumps it off the glass, going to come all the way down, and that's going to be an icing. So a little bit of a mental error there by Indianapolis as Claire got some pressure, but he could have just held on to it for another second. But now we're going to have a face-off down in the Indianapolis zone.
I don't know if we got time for a shot on this or not. They're going to put Kyle Thomas in at the draw. He's a right-handed shot, so he's facing the net. He'll try to shoot. Well, they take him out now. So... and they bring in Crowder.
And here's the shot from the point right off the face-off, and that's what they wanted. But it comes right on the money. And
Eric Thompson got the shot on goal, down low. The goalie made the save. Good play from the face-off.
That's exactly what the Komets wanted, but they don't have the result they want at the end of 40 minutes to play. 2-1 is the score, but the Komets got some great scoring chances there in that second period. But again, a little bit of bad luck. The only goal they got was a puck that actually just went off the leg of Pat Nagle and just harmlessly rolled in.
Yeah, they get out. They outshoot them 10-5, which they slow them down, but also Indy slows down our offense. And as we said before, Indy playing defensive hockey, not trying to open it up. You know, you think a team that isn't going to make the playoffs doesn't have a lot to lose, but they've got the pride in the game. They would like to beat the Komets, and they've got a 1-goal lead, and they did not open this game up. They kept it tight, and they kept the check-in really tight, and the Komets had a heck of a time trying to get loose and get those scoring chances. They had the one power play and really never got much going on that. A couple of shots, but nothing of any danger, and right now it's going to have to be an open-up third period for the Komets to get some shots and goals.
2-1 is the score. We head to our second intermission, and when we resume play, it'll be 4-on-4 hockey as Cody Soul sitting out 2 minutes for roughing along with Nick Petricky. So we are second intermission. 2-1 is the score. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
WOWO-AM, Fort Wayne.
It's Chevy Truck Month. What do you want in a family of trucks? Dependability? Capability? Best-in-class available V8 fuel economy? What if you can get all of this and more? Meet the all-new 2016 Silverado 1500, the new face of strong. Now during Truck Month, see why Chevy is the fastest-growing pickup brand. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. Best-in-class fuel economy with 5.3-liter V8 engine. EPA estimate 16 city, 23 highway MPG two-wheel drive based on latest year-to-year sales growth.
Are you special? Every time you see an envelope, do you push it? Well, Partners First Federal Credit Union has the mortgage as unique as you. No more one-size-fits-all. Get fixed or adjustable rates, terms that fit you, and loan servicing that will never be sold. Get the individual attention you deserve from Partners First Federal Credit Union. Visit any of their 7 Fort Wayne area locations.
Promotion runs April 1st through May 31st, 2016. Some restrictions may apply. Standard underwriting guidelines apply. Partners First Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured through the NCUA.
Have you had an MRI and later were shocked by the high cost of your copay? Your out-of-pocket insurance cost can be 3 times higher depending on where you go. Call us first. Find out your estimated costs before your exam. And if you don't have insurance, pay as little as $4.25. Why pay more? It's your choice where you go. Choose from our 3 locations. Auburn, Decatur, or Fort Wayne open MRI on Lake Avenue.
Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier. Because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry, or hot shot whiskey chicken starting at $9.99. All of the bold flavor, less of the calories. Only at Applebee's. Price and participation varies.
Bees Late Night means half price select appetizers. Unwind with us Sunday through Thursday after 9 p.m.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Pass on your love of gardening to your children by letting them explore the garden with Midwest Gloves and Gear's full line of Disney products. Mickey Mouse, Princesses, Minnie Mouse, Cars, Fairies, and Frozen are featured in Midwest Disney line of products, including gloves, hats, watering cans, buckets, tools, and much more. When you need gloves and gear, think Midwest Gloves and Gear. Chillicothe, Missouri. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Live at Memorial Coliseum. Shane Albarani with you here this evening. It is 2-1 Indianapolis as we head to the third period of play. Things are pretty tight out there. The Komets need a win to lock up that second seed in the Western Conference. Right now, I am being joined by Mark Michael of the Indiana Donor Network, and he is our special guest here between periods as it's kind of a special night as the Komets celebrated Cindy Emmerich, of course, the mother of Mike Emmerich, who got a kidney transplant earlier in the season. She is doing well, and Mark, that's one of the reasons why we're here tonight. So tell us a little bit about the Indiana Donor Network.
The Indiana Donor Network is that vital link between those people that are waiting for their life-saving organ donation, the transplant, and those donors that will eventually be providing that. They meet the family in the hospital as that decision's being made at the time of death, and walk the family through that process until that donation is made.
And, why, again, I think it's pretty obvious why the reason to donate is so important. But, talk a little bit more about the numbers exactly, because maybe a lot of people don't have that in their head exactly, how many people that does affect.
Well, it's surprising how many people one donor can help. 8 lives can be saved. If you think about 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, a liver, a heart, it's just amazing what can happen and the lives that can be saved. But beyond that, with the tissue donation, from cornea to skin to bone, even ligaments, tendons, intestines can be used. Over 50 people's lives can be impacted through one donation. So that's why it's so important that people register and make that decision to be organ donors.
And I think a lot of people, kind of remember when you go get your driver's license, are you an organ donor or not? And you can say that, but like you said, there's a lot of different ways to donate. And how do you approach that? If you're a family member and you want to donate all these everything after you pass away, how do you approach that with your family?
Well, that's where our story begins. Is our daughter Kelsey was in an auto accident in August 2004, second day of her junior year of high school. Bright, intelligent, beautiful kid, very active in her school, yearbook editor, manager of the cross country team, on the golf team, track team. And unfortunately, she was in this accident that left her brain dead. And, we didn't know at the time that they don't wait, or they wait until that has been determined, that the patient is brain dead and there's no hope of recovery before they approach the family. And a representative of the Indiana Donor Network was with the doctor when he shared that news with us. And my wife and I had already begun to have that discussion early that morning, that if this is what we think it is, are we prepared to support Kelsey's decision to be a donor? And we both were. My wife's a nurse, and I've worked in mental health and church work for my professional career. And, we wanted to help any way we could. We knew if any good could come out of it, organ donation is where that would begin. So the professionals, the staff from Indiana Donor Network meets with the family and walks them through that process in that early stage.
Mark Michael is our guest from the Indiana Donor Network, and celebrating organ donation here at the Komets tonight. And you were saying this is your first opportunity to do something like this with the Komets.
Yeah, this is the first time we've had a chance to partner with the Komets for a donation night. We've done some things with the Mad Ants, the Tin Caps. We've done things with the South Bend Cubs. And we're excited to be here for a hockey game. We love the game of hockey, and it's been fun to watch the Komets. Hope we can get another goal or two in this third period.
That's what we need. And outside of you see, you've been doing a lot of sports marketing. What other ways can people get involved?
Other ways they can get involved. Again, the biggest thing is make that decision. Whether it's on your driver's license or go online. You can go to IndianaDonorNetwork.org. You can go to checkitindiana.com and register. You can text donor to 95577 and register your decision. But it's important to share that with your family as well. That way they know if that time comes, God forbid, they know what your wishes are, and it's a little easier on the family when they have to support that decision at that time of tragedy.
And you said how much one organ donation donor can affect how many people. Now, how many people are on the waiting list, say in Indiana?
In Indiana, there's about 1,400 people waiting for a transplant right now. They're on the list, and that number adds every day. About 44 people a day, one every 10 minutes is added to that list throughout the country. So it's important that we have those people registered so that in the event of an accident, a tragedy, that donation can be made and those lives can be saved.
Mark Michael, thank you for joining me. And one last time, if people want more information on organ donation, where can they go?
They can go to IndianaDonorNetwork.org or checkitindiana.com.
All right. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're listening to Common Hockey here on WOWO.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Renegade with legendary Jeep performance and incredible fuel economy, starting at $17,995 minus incentives. Also now on the starting lineup is the all-new redesigned Ram Rebel. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is a new crowd favorite with a muscle to back it up. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Dodge Hellcat. With 707 horsepower, this secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Comet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at O'DanielAuto.com.
If you treated your smartphone like greasy fast food treats your body...
Should I hang the picture here?
A little higher. Yeah, perfect.
I'll get the hammer.
Oh, don't be silly. I'll use my phone.
Wait!
You'd have no way to watch cat videos. So say no to greasy fast food and treat your body to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. With your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
For all your insurance needs, visit Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne. Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum. Shane Alvarani and Robbie Irons with you here this evening. And the Komets, they need a goal here. 2-1 is the score. Indianapolis with the lead. And when play resumes, we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for you as Cody Stoll and Nick Petricki are sitting out 2 minutes for roughing there at the tail end of the period. Taking a look at what has happened so far here in this one. Fort Wayne got on the board first as rookie David Friedmann, his 4th of the season. Cody Stoll and Kyle Thomas the assist. And it was Cody Sharib, his 17th of the season for Indianapolis at 2:48 of the second period. And then just one goal scored in that second period. It was Rhett Bly, his 15th of the year. White and Sharib the assist. Schaefer for Indianapolis in goal. He has seen 21 shots and he has made 20 saves. Pat Nagle has looked sharp, but he's given up 2 goals and he has made 12 saves on 14 shots. Penalties in the game. 4 minutes on 2 infractions for Indianapolis. Komets 6 minutes on 3 infractions. Indianapolis 1 for 2 on the power play. Fort Wayne 0 for 1. Okay, we'll take another break, and then we'll have a quick look at the scoreboard. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Hey girls, want to go to a group class at Speece tonight? I think I'm headed to spin class. The upbeat music and the energetic instructors help me enjoy exercising.
Well, I want to go to yoga. There's nothing better than a calming workout after a stressful day at the office.
I've heard they have Aqua Zumba, but I don't have a Speece membership. How can I try to see if I like it?
Simply bring your Comet ticket stub to receive a free 1-week trial. With over 100 group class times, Speece Fitness has a variety of classes to fit anyone's schedule and fitness routine. All group and aqua classes are free to members. Speece Fitness is the premier club offering the most services and amenities in Fort Wayne. In addition to the clean, spacious facility and amazing staff, Speece also offers flexible membership plans, corporate and insurance discounts, and affordable child care. Visit Speece Fitness, located conveniently off I-69, and bring your Comet ticket stub to receive a free 1-week trial.
Once upon a galaxy in a world far, far ago.
This party is lame. There's no cool kids here.
But Dad, you planned the party.
You're right. I'm tired of being in the doghouse. The other dads were laughing at me and throwing cats. That's seriously bad.
Since Father Figure was concerned with his approval rating, he knew he needed to act fast.
We need someone to bring the fun stat.
How about me, kids?
Get out of here, you. You're back poop crazy. And besides, I'm 43.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Well, we dodged a rubber chicken with that one.
Now, since Father Figure had incurred the wrath of the clown mafia, he knew he needed to overcompensate and get some cool points fast. Oh, yes. Cool points are like gold. Pretty shiny gold.
I need to call Tag Art. Give me that phone, Joey.
It's Tommy.
That's what I said, Frank. I'm dialing 456-6999.
With that, Father Figure was instantly connected to Tag Art, where a whole list of service options were laid out before him. Caricatures, face painting, costume characters, stilt walkers, and beyond. No pressure, no egos, and all local talent. Tax-paying artists, bully.
And no more flying cats.
Father Figure further learned of Tag Art's website, tagartcompany.com, where he could see samples of work and not just trust a stranger with a great phone voice.
He did have a great phone voice.
So the next time you need to bring the fun to your party, college, office, mitzvah, reception, or general wacky-doo shindig.
They do wacky-doo too?
They truly do. For you too. No poo. So get the tag team, and you'll know why they say, Tag, we're it.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186, about the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum.
Hey, it's me, your checking account. Listen, there was some suspicious activity like a week ago. I meant to tell you earlier, but I forgot. Sorry.
We were curious. Wouldn't you rather have a checking account that puts you in the know faster and helps stop account fraud faster? Open a Fifth Third checking account with instant alerts at 53.com/alerts and get transaction notifications right to your phone. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. Member FDIC. $50 minimum deposit to open a checking account. Mobile data and text message charges may apply. Contact provider for details, subject to internet banking terms and conditions.
Time for the Tim Hortons Coffee Break Intermission Report. Presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee and donuts of the Komets.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani here tonight. Indianapolis leading 2-1. Komets need a point here tonight to wrap up that second seed. Now, who the Komets will play in that first round depends on whether the Komets can get that second seed or not. And right now, the game we're keeping an eye on is Quad City and Cincinnati. If Cincinnati wins, they are the 7th seed and could possibly play the Komets. And they are up on Quad City by a score of 4-1. But again, the Komets have got to get a point here tonight, because if they don't and Idaho wins tonight, Idaho is the 2nd seed. Komets are in the 3 spot and probably will be playing Utah in that first round. We'll take one last break and we'll have the third period for you. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the values you've been looking for on all the new 2016 models. Starting at $16,405, the all-new 2016 Dodge Dart is already a bestseller with great fuel economy and sporty looks. Now get incredible savings and low monthly payments on this new model. The Ram 1500 pickup, 2-time truck of the year with more power and guts than any other truck on the market. With its striking design and powerful standard engine, this is one tough truck. Also, check out our new line of commercial Pro Master vans for all your work needs. Chrysler has perfected the family vehicle with the Chrysler Town & Country
Electric, 7-passenger seating, dual TV, satellite radio, and all with a great price and exceptional value. See the complete lineup of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online at o'danielauto.com.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital and Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Back live at the Coliseum as we get things going here for the third and final period. Komets have got 20 minutes to get a couple of goals and get a victory.
Yep, let's go, guys.
That second seed.
4-on-4 for a minute and 2 seconds.
Indianapolis, they have got the puck, and they bring it into neutral territory. Now they send it into the Komet zone up along the far boards. Poke checked away, and coming up along the far side.
Southorn.
In front, here's a shot. Score! Paul Crowder.
Hit the net. He got the spot where he wanted. Nice play by Southorn to break up. Crowder was the trailer, but he was in the middle of the ice. Looked like Southorn was going to look over. He had Shasma over this here far side, but he elected to go to sent him in right in the center. Crowder, nice shot. Got in on the goalie. Nice shot. Tie it up.
And the Komets break loose here in the early going of the third period. Paul Crowder.
21-second mark, Crowder.
And that is Crowder's fourth of the season.
There may not have been another assist because I thought Southorn was the one that stole it from the Indy at center.
So Crowder gets the goal. It's the game tire. Game 4-on-4. And we still skate 4-on-4 here, just 30 seconds into the third period. Komets looking for more. They lose the puck down low in the Indianapolis zone. Here is Corbett. Corbett down low, now up along the far boards. Comes upstairs to the blue line, takes a shot. It goes wide, and it comes up along the far side. Into the neutral zone and into the Fort Wayne zone. The puck rolls. Cody Corbett back for the Komets, and he will go wide. He drops it off. And back behind the net, Komets taking their time. It's Hamonic with it. Hamonic now gets some pressure from Clare as he unloads the puck to Southorn. Going to go all the way down the length of the ice. And picking it up is Franzen. Franzen goes over to Petricki. Petricki puts it onto the stick of Schneider. He comes up the left side, and he gets taken off the play. Puck rolling around, gets over the Komet blue line, but offside is the call. And that will give us a face-off outside the Komet blue line.
Crowder gets the goal, his fourth of the season at the 21-second mark. The only assist goes to Southorn. One man on the assist. Tied it up, 2-2.
Face-off outside the Komet blue line. And it will be Crowder, cannot win it. Petricki will whip it around, comes up along the far boards. And here's Southorn, gets it out to the blue line. And the puck now comes out to the center line and batted backwards into the Indianapolis zone. Ciampini comes forward with it after the blue line, knocked away, and it comes up to the Komets. They've got it, coming right down the middle of the ice. Here is Shasma, and he's offside.
He's a little surprised at that. He's getting ready to take the shot as he figures somebody else must have jumped offside because he thought he kept his foot on the line. The offside's called. It brings the face out outside the blue line, and the lines change both sides. A lot of quick line changes in this third period going to happen.
Face-off will be outside of the Indianapolis blue line. And the puck comes down into the Indy zone. It'll knock off the end boards. And Kyle Thomas working for it down low. Comes back behind the net. Marshall has it. And he gets it out to Sharib up along the near side. Whips one around and Nagle will stop it. Comes onto the near side now, up along the near boards. It comes to Kyle Thomas, who gets spun off the play, and it comes loose to Cody Corbett. Corbett in the corner. And now we get a pile up. Comes out. White wins the battle. Tries to put it on Nagle. It's knocked away. Corbett has it. Goes high off the glass. Knocked down at the blue line and sent back around. Here's Gabe Beaupre up top to the blue line. Kyle Thomas plays it ahead, and Indianapolis has it at their own line, and going backwards is Marshall. He turns the corner, brings it back up ice, gives it to Claire. Claire hits the red line, over to White, takes a shot, and he missed it wide, up along the far boards. And now dropping back is Jardine. Jardine on the left side, tries to go into the Comet end, and it's picked off by Embach. Embach got it taken right off of his stick, and back up the Fuel. On the interference. We got a penalty called. It's going to be on Indy.
Yeah. They picked on the defenseman of the Komets, Weber, and knocked him flying as they stood up on the blue line trying to force the offside. And the face-off going to be called interference against Indy. Komets will have power play chance right here. That's a good call from the referee on that one, because they broke them in 2-on-1 if they don't call it.
Now they're also trying to chirp Cody Soul into maybe taking a dumb penalty, as Cody Soul got mixed up in
a little bit of talking now, isn't
That's right, and they were, of course, going after Cody Soul, the one guy they know who might retaliate.
Yeah. Darren Clark is the one that gets the interference call. Komets have power play, face-off in the Indy zone right now. Interference.
16:52 to go in the game. We are tied at 2. In the corner, back behind the net, up along the far boards. Indianapolis quickly turns it down the length of the ice. Here's Nagle. He will stop it and give it up to Southorn. He goes off the boards, going to come all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call. Not a good way to start this power play.
Well, it was a missed pass. They threw it over the far side, and it either skipped or hopped over the stick of the far winger over there, Embach, and went all the way down the ice for the call. Comes back into the Comet zone to regroup her up again.
Face-off in the Comet zone to the right of Nagle. And the puck is dropped in on the circle. And it's going to be picked up by Southorn. Southorn goes to the middle of the ice, pushes it ahead, gets it over the line. Here we go. In, and
nice
that's
glove
it out of the air is the goaltender, Schaefer.
Yeah, Perlini walked right in that time. He had the defenseman, slipped it through his legs, and then got the shot on net. Goaltender came out and made a pretty nice glove save on Perlini, who was walking in at full speed on the left wing. Still power play, minute 35 seconds, Komets.
And Crowder draws the assignment on the drop. And it goes to Sidlowski. Gets some time, gumps up top of the blue line. Southorn now return pass to Sidlowski. Sidlowski out to Southorn. One-timer, toe save by
Got
Schaefer.
a piece of it, yep.
Here's Crowder. Lost the handle on it, and back come the ice. They're able to clear it out. Now back in the Indy zone. It's played by Crowder. But Indianapolis back there on defense, sends back to the Comet blue line, comes out to Crowder off of his stick.
Grab that puck.
And the Comets cannot get anything going here on this power play. Still a minute to go on the man advantage. Tie hockey game up along the far board. Here's Shafsma. Carrying it over, gets it to Cheek, and on the goaltender.
Walking right in.
Shot off, and the puck is poke checked away.
Wow.
Turning back the other way is White. He floats one ahead, and Nagle will stop it. Goes back behind the net, and it's picked up by the Komets. And here we go. It's going to be 3-on-3 as they cross over the blue line. It's Thompson, and the Komets are offside. Some bad timing issues.
He slowed down at the blue line before he got over. The wingers would have to hold up as much as they could. They couldn't hold it. They forced the offside. That'll bring the faceoff outside the blue line. And we still got 34 seconds, but we wasted a lot of time with some bad passes on this power play.
15:25 to go in the third period. We're tied at 2. And the puck is dropped, comes up along the near boards, comes out to Corbett up along the far side. Puck rolling around, and Indianapolis has it. Petricki. He will swipe it down all the way, rimming it around Pat Nagle. 20 seconds to go on the power play at the blue line. Wong keeps it in. Comes down low into the corner. Friedmann cycles it backwards to Thompson. And now the Komets have it with 9 seconds. They got time for one last rush, but they got to hurry. Friedmann over the blue line. And Friedmann has it again. Here's a shot that goes well wide.
All even, 5-on-5.
And up top, Corbett knocks at it, and here come the Fuel. Here's Claire over the blue line. Stops it.
Stay up on him.
Thought about the shot. Sends one around, and it comes back behind the net. Here's Cheek with it, trying to get around his man. Able to move it up along the far side. Now gives it up in the neutral zone, but it's sent back into the Indianapolis zone where Jardine, after retreat, flips it into the corner. Ciampini with it, back behind the net, back to Jardine. He goes off the glass. Puck comes down into the neutral zone. We're skating 5-on-5 as Krunk plays it into the Indianapolis zone. Ciampini with it again. Out to the red line, knocked away. And the Komets now get it back. Here's Kyle Thomas with a shot.
Nice
and
shot.
He missed it wide. As Schaefer came out and challenged the shot. 13:51 now to go in the game. We're tied at 2. Jardine back behind the net. Will give it a look and get some space, and now he will move it forward. Hits his own blue line as he faked the pass, and now he will go all the way into the Komet zone, into the far side. Corbett is there.
Offside.
And that will be the call, and we will take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
It's Chevy Truck Month. What do you want in a family of trucks? Dependability? Capability? Best-in-class available V8 fuel economy? What if you can get all of this and more? Meet the all-new 2016 Silverado 1500, the new face of strong. Now during Truck Month, see why Chevy is the fastest-growing pickup brand. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. Best-in-class fuel economy with 5.3-liter V8 engine. EPA estimate 16 city, 23 highway MPG two-wheel drive. Based on latest year-to-year sales growth.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
13:33 to go in the game. We're tied at 2. And the puck is down by the Komets blue line as White has it. Another offside there by Indianapolis.
Well, aggressive defensive work by the Komets right now, standing up as much as they can to try to intercept that pass and force the play. It creates the offside calls and also the chance of us intercepting it and transition on the offense. So we need something to happen, and we got to force it.
Shots are 24-14 in favor of the Komets. And the faceoff will be outside the Fort Wayne line. White will take the faceoff for Indianapolis. And Mike Embach in there as well. Now Embach's going to be booted from the circle. Here comes Garrett Thompson. And Indianapolis wins the faceoff, comes all the way down. He's slamming off the end boards. Corbett will whip it around up along the far boards to Rhett Bly. Here's a centering pass, broken up, and comes down into the corner. Thompson digs it out again. Floats one ahead, trying to go to Embach. We got another penalty called. Slashing is the infraction.
Embach.
And it's going to be on Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So the Komets going back on the power play here with 13:05 to go.
Bly for Indy goes in slashing. He got tangled up with Embach over here on the wing here, and they were whacking at each other pretty good. Bly gets caught. We have a power play situation. Second one of this period. Not much on the first one. Let's correct those mistakes and start passing the puck right.
Now into the corner. It comes out to the blue line. Southorn digging at it with Petricki. The puck now rolls into the Komet zone, and now it goes to Paul Crowder. Crowder cross nice pass. They carry it over. Here's Chapman on the goaltender, trying to wrap it around, tries to shove it into the post.
Crowder right in there.
It's going to be knocked away. But Shasma picks it back up, comes to the blue line. Here's Southorn out to Shasma, top of the circle, goes down low, now back up top of the blue line. One-timer and knocked down by the defenseman.
Tried to get it off, blocked.
Back behind the net, swiped aside by Shasma. Comes out to Perlini, out to the blue line where it's intercepted. Here's Claire trying to get around Southorn. Lost the puck, and it's picked up by the Komets, and it goes to Sidlowski. 1:10 to go on the power play. And Sidlowski has it, goes right up the middle of the ice, sends it in, hits the end boards, comes down into the corner where Marshall picks it up for Indy. Marshall comes all the way wide, all the way down the left side. He centers it up, puck rolling around. Friedmann is there for the Komets, and Friedmann lost the puck. Gives it to Corbett. Return pass back to Friedmann. Friedmann almost lost it again. Tries to go to Thompson. Rolls right off of his tape and back down to Corbett. Back off the boards. Komets got 37 seconds to go on the power play. And up the middle of the ice they come. Hand it off to Mike Embach. His pass is broken up by Franzen. Comes down in the corner. Friedmann can't do anything with it. And here come the ice. Or the Fuel on the line. 2-on-1. Chipini with a shot. And a save made by Pat Nagle. Comes up top of the blue line. They cannot hold it in. Petricki with it. And up along the far side with 11:13 to go in the game. 7 seconds to go on the power play for the Komets. Here's Sharif with a shot.
On the net.
And snatching it out of the air is Pat Nagle. Now, you never would have thought the Komets were on the power play there.
Yeah, it's pretty evenly matched right there. Nagle's had to make a couple of pretty good saves to keep the puck out on the play. Still 3 seconds on the power play. Face-off is in the Komet zone, so we'll say it's all even right now as 11:07 left in the game. Tied score 2-2.
Puck rolls in the Komet zone up along the near
all
side.
Even, 5-on-5.
Kyle Thomas. As two member of the Fuel, they come together and they're offside.
Almost had the best body check of the night. Two Indy players almost collided at the blue line, and they had their heads up and just about made it a pretty good collision. But offside called. Lineups will change.
Face off outside the Komet blue line. We're still tied at 2. And it's going to be Wong to take the face off for Indy.
Friedmann out there for the Komets.
And now the puck is dropped, and it comes to Petricki. Look at this, Kyle Thomas coming free, but Schaefer comes out and will knock the puck away. Up along the near side. Thomas got tripped up, doesn't get a call. Now Petricki got it intercepted by Kyle Thomas. Look at Kyle Thomas, back check. Up along the far boards, they're coming all the way down. Out to the Komet blue line.
Man
and now we have got a penalty call. Here's a shot. It goes through the blue paint, and it's going to be on the Komets.
That's the puck, guys.
Touched up by Kyle Thomas. Kyle Thomas was really working it down in the Indianapolis zone.
Weber.
He was trying to keep the play alive.
He was throwing somebody's stick there. I hope he doesn't get anything from that. Cross-checking is going to be the call. Who's it going to go to? Kyle Thomas?
And it will be on Thomas, who, again, was really working there on the forecheck down in the Indianapolis zone. He really kept the play going, but got a little frustrated down in the zone, and it picks up a cross-check.
Exactly. He got a little frustrated after not being able to get possession of the puck. Put a little cross-check on the man to give him an extra push. Drew the penalty. Power play, Indy.
And the puck will be dropped in the Komet zone up top of the blue line. Here we go. Marshall with a shot right on the money.
Nagle, nice save.
Now here's where Pat Nagle needs to shine.
Komets out shooting Indy right now, 25-17 and 17. That's 3 shots on goal this period by Indy.
And the puck comes up to the blue line. Here's Marshall. Marshall up top to Claire. Top of the circle now. Stepping up. Here's a shot.
On the net.
Nagle the save. And Hamonic gathers it up for the Komets. Up along the wall. Goes to Sidlowski.
Got a man with him.
Sidlowski. Here's Sidlowski and on the goaltender. In front, and it's Shasma couldn't connect.
In the skates.
Comes down in the corner. Odd man chance there for Fort Wayne. Could not convert. Here's Claire at his own blue line. Gets it over the Komet end and comes down into the corner. Comes back behind the net. Cody Solwax at it. Comes up along the near side. And the Komets move it forward. Justin Hamonic.
Yeah, nice play. Hamonic making sure.
And it comes down to Schaefer, the goaltender. He wheels it around the near boards, and it comes up to the Fuel. They get it into the Komet zone, as again they're on a power play here.
Cheeks comes back and gets it.
And back down to Schaefer. It's played. Schaefer will stop it. And here's Franzen. Franzen to LeVay, getting over the blue line. He lost an edge, and the puck is quickly batted right back down in the Indianapolis zone. 37 seconds to go on the power play. Up along the far boards, Indianapolis has it. Here's Petricki with it. Batted back the other direction into the Indianapolis zone. Embach comes together with Franzen. Embach wins it, centers it, and it's intercepted by Petricki as Crowder was right there in front of the net. Look at this, Embach with another steal down low. He goes down into the corner. Embach lost it, tried to get it to Crowder, but Franzen now has it for Indianapolis. 7 seconds to go on the Indy power play. Indianapolis 1 for 2 tonight.
All even.
Now they're 1 for 3.
5 on 5.
We're still tied at 2. 8:22 to go in the game. And up along the far side, they come off the boards, comes to the blue line. Kyle Thomas has it, and over they come.
2 on 1,
Here we go.
in.
Here's a shot. Schaefer the save. A rebound comes down. And up along the far boards. Now Indianapolis with a chance. They break into the Komet zone. Up along the far side. Here's the shot. And Pat Nagle will make the save with 8 minutes to go in the third. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. You can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Spies Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
Emergency Radio Service is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne, providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their businesses more efficiently. Reach out to ERS at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584. Or online at www.ers2way.com. Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Down to 8 minutes to go in the game, and after tonight's game, we will have our end-of-season awards, which is an annual tradition here at the Coliseum at the conclusion of the final regular season game, and we will bring that presentation to you after this one is ended, and hopefully at the end of this one, the Komets will at least get a point out of this, and we'll have the second seed locked up in the Western Conference. Still 8 minutes to go, and Indianapolis has got the puck in the Komet zone. Top of the circle. Here's a shot knocked down before it got through. And now the Komets, here we go, 2-on-1 chance the other way. In front,
walking right in.
Shot and a save made.
Southorn.
The corner. Up top, here is Thompson. Out to Cheek. Cheek throws it over, intercepted. And here come the Fuel. It's going to be 3-on-2 as they cross over the blue line. Franzen in front. Here's the shot. No, Fandon comes up top of the blue line.
Up
top of the blue line. Puck gets knocked down by Cheek. And Cheek has the
line change.
Here's Garrett Thompson at his own line. Goes back to Hamonic. And now up along the far boards. Here's Crowder over the blue line. Out to Shaftsma. Shaftsma spins one around, comes to Crowder. Now it's Sidlowski with it. Sidlowski puts it out all the way to the blue line, splits the defenders, and Sol has to go back.
He had Shaftsma wide open in front, couldn't get it to him.
All the way into the corner, and Jardine off the board. And Cody Sol with the backhander goes right on the tape of Wong, and Indianapolis brings it into the Komet zone. Into the corner. Here's Cody Sol up along the boards, out to the blue line. Jardine with it, trying to get around Crowder. Crowder pinned up against the glass. Comes out in front of the net. It belongs to Cody Sol. Sol tries to get it through a lot of bodies, and it finally finds its way to Shaftsma. And
help.
Shaftsma wheels one around, comes to the opposite side with 6:19 to play. Here's Sidlowski. Goes to Corbett. Corbett here on the right side. Now we got a tangle up. Comes out to Perlini. Perlini in the high slot. Moving over. Drops it back. Here's a shot and whistled wide. Beaupre. Corbett with a return shot. That one also off the mark. Here is Beaupre with another chance. He wheels one around. Comes over here on the side. Out to Corbett, who got it checked from behind as he unloads the puck. Komets still hold it in deep. Nope. And there's Schaefer. coming out making a play as Friedmann was bearing down on him, and he'll play it safe.
Yeah, good pressure by the Komets, but they couldn't get the shots on the net that they were trying to do. It was either being blocked or deflected wide of the net. A lot of attempts, but nothing got through to the goaltender. Playing hard, going at him as hard as they can, opening it up a little bit. Komets getting a little bit of advantage right now. Need a goal. Spark them. Embach in for the draw right now. Komets back to the point.
Here's a shot right on the money for Schaefer. And Schaefer will squeeze it and we'll have another whistle.
Good draw. Embach got it right back to the point, what he wanted. Beaupre let the shot go, but nobody in front to deflect it or screen the shot.
Here's the puck drop in the Indianapolis zone. And the puck now comes down all the way down into the Fort Wayne end. Comes back behind the net. Here's Corbett. Goes back. He fights for it, and Corbett wins the battle. Comes over here onto the near side as Embach with a backhander out of the zone. Going back is Ben Marshall. That one is going to be tipped. Going to come down into the corner. And it comes all the way up along the far boards. Komets have it at their own blue line. Here's a backhander out of the zone. And coming back the other direction here with 5:07 to play. We're tied. Beaupre whips it around. Tries to cycle it around to Cody Corbett. And up along the far side into the corner. Centering pass for Indianapolis. Broken up. Comes out to Marshall. His shot is knocked down. Back to the blue line. Another shot. That one goes wide. There's LeVay in the corner. Goes up top of the blue line. Out to the defenseman. Goes back behind the Komet net. Here's Schneider with a shot. Knocked down in front. Bronson with a shot. It got the post.
Yep. Come on, guys. Work
up
hard.
Along the far side. And the Komets getting sloppy here. In the final 4:33, we're tied. We got an icing. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
The Fort Wayne Holiday Inn, next to the Memorial Coliseum, is the official hotel of the Fort Wayne Komets. The hotel has special Komet hockey packages that include deluxe room accommodations, plus 2 tickets to a Komets home game. Enjoy dinner before the game at the Mastodon Grill, or a drink after the game in the Faculty Lounge. With 6,000 square feet of banquet facilities, the Fort Wayne Holiday Inn is perfect for your holiday parties. Call 482-3800.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan and Company in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum, where this one is far from over. We're in the 3rd period, and we are tied at 2, and the Komets are going to take a timeout as Coach Gary Graham going to try and work something up here. Komets again need this final point. If we go into overtime, the Komets get a point, and they will be the 2 seed in the Western Conference. And still not sure who they're going to play at last check. It was 4-1 Cincinnati over Quad City, but they still had a full period and a half to play. And hopefully when this one is concluded, we'll be able to update some scores for you and maybe see who the Komets will play in the first round.
The key to the offense is right now is possession of the puck. Once they get it, they have to control the puck up the ice with some sharp passes. Indy's going to back off and play defensive hockey if they can.
And the Komets get it. Here is Thompson. Thompson in, takes the shot, and it goes wide. Comes all the way down. Here's Hamonic. Hamonic over on the far side. Plays it into the Indianapolis zone.
Thomas again in there.
It's the end boards. Picking it up is the Komets. Thompson up top of the blue line. Now down low. Here's Crowder. Crowder gets pressure from Petricki.
Shasma trying to come out.
Comes back behind the net. Shasma picks it up. Shasma with some patience goes up to Hamonic and over his stick. Cimpini getting around Hamonic, but Hamonic comes back, is able to get a piece of it and plays it out to the blue line. And now here is Shasma carrying it over, taking a shot. Distant wide. 3:42 now. Sidlowski going down low. Goes back behind the net, up along the far boards. Comes up top of the blue line. Here's a shot, knocked down in front, and comes down into the corner. Southorn to Cody Soul. Soul gives it a look
on the net,
and he flips it in, and Schaefer makes the save.
Yeah, didn't have much to do with it other than throw it at the net. Hopefully somebody could deflect it, but it was right on the net. The goalie made the save. Good forechecking by the Komets. 3 good breaks they got going in, but they missed the net on all 3 shots. So They got to hit the net, make that goalie do some work back there.
Shots are now 28-19. Komets with the edge in that category. And now Schaefer taking his time here with his glove, readjusting that. Face off in the Indy zone. Here's Friedmann, who's got a goal tonight. And it comes loose all the way to the far side. Buell pick it up. They get it into the Komet zone. Goes back behind the net. And Soul has it down in the corner. Plays it out to Kyle Thomas. Thomas lost it. Long picks it up, takes a shot, and a save made, and the rebound gobbled up by Cody Soul. Back out to Kyle Thomas, backhander. Knocked down by Jardine. He gloves it down, gets it over to Claire. And now poked up along the right side. Here is Kyle Thomas with it, desperately trying to get it into the Indy zone. He breaks free, cycles around.
Dump it in. Stick handling.
And Kyle trying to do a little too much there. Finally gets it in deep. Goes back behind the net for Claire. Now up along the far side. Indianapolis has it with 2:42 to go. Puck coming in on Pat Nagle. He will stop it, and he will keep it there. The Komets taking no chances here as the puck rolling down to Nagle. And even though he was surrounded by everyone in orange jerseys, not taking a chance, moving that play forward.
Now you start wondering if the Komets are worried about playing defensive hockey too.
Just getting that point.
Get that 1 point. So it is important to them, the 1 point. So defense first, I guess. Win it in overtime.
Here's White in the face-off circle. Down in the Komet zone, Indianapolis wins the face-off. Petricki up with it at the blue line. Goes back down low, and it's going to roll right to Nagle, and he will taking no chances.
Yeah, the way he's holding on to the puck, that's what he's thinking about right now. Start her off even at the face-off, win the draw. Gary Graham didn't like that combination, so he's going to change them up right away.
Right now, Paul Crowder's got the game tire. Came right in the first minute of this third period.
21-second mark. His 4th of the season. Assisted by Southorn. He's taking the draw now, Crowder.
And here's Southorn. Going to send one around the board. It's picked up by Shasma, the captain, over the blue line. Over to Sidlowski. And to Shasma again. Goes upside, the far side. Up to the blue line. Hamonic could not keep it in.
Yeah, Hamonic was a little sleeping on that play. He was outside the blue line instead of on the blue line. And by the time he got the puck, he couldn't make the play of the offside called, and the faceoff will come outside again.
Paul Crowder draws the assignment on the faceoff. And the puck is dropped. Komets have it. Here's Hamonic with 2:10 to go in the game, still tied at 2. Zidlowski sends it all the way into the far corner. Jardine has it, goes back behind the net. Jardine trying to go to Chimpani, and that one's going to be offside again. Hamonic.
He stood up that time, and he caught the puck, but I think the puck was outside the blue line as he reached back to catch it, threw it back in the zone, and the offside called again. Face-off just at the blue line here.
Another line change for the Komets. Same defenseman will stay out. Southorn and Hamonic will be out there. And here's Friedmann. Friedmann on the face-off. And it splits the defenseman. Going to come down to Nagle. Nagle will touch it up, and he'll leave it for Southorn. Southorn to Friedmann. Off the boards. Coming down into the Indy zone, but turning back the other way. And here they come into the Fort Wayne end. Up along the far side. Back up to the blue line. Kyle Thomas could not do anything with it. And Chimpani will send it in.
Be a delayed offside. Here we go.
1:30 to play. Cody Soul got the puck taken away in the corner. Needs some help from Hamonic. He whips it around. He gets it out of the zone. Comes out to Perlini. Perlini over the blue line. Sends it over to Kyle Thomas. His shot knocked down by the defender, Claire. And we're down to 1:16 as Brandon Wong feathers it into the Komet zone. Into the corner, back behind the net. Here's Cody Soul. Now up along the near side, up to the blue line. Here's a shot. Save made.
From the point.
And
Nagle makes a save.
Nagle was screened by Kyle Thomas.
Yeah, they got a little sloppy in the corner. Didn't have control of the puck. Indy got in a hurry. Played the body, then threw it back to the point. Quick shot on the net. Nagle made the save.
1:03 to go in the third period. And it's going to be Cheek to take the face off to the right of Nagle. He'll be in there with Brandon Wong. And now the puck comes out to the blue line. Petricki rims it around.
Last minute.
By Nagle. And up along the far boards. Here's Embach with it. Embach has got Cheek. Cheek over the blue line. Gets forced wide, but takes his shot. And Schaefer makes the save.
Good shot down low, but in the pad. Goaltender made the save, but a good shot by Cheeks.
So the face-off remaining in the Indianapolis zone with just 49 seconds to go. We are tied at 2.
They're going to go back with the Crowder line.
Yep, Crowder will come out to center this line.
Sidlowski and Shamus on the far wing over there. Crowder will take the draw.
Puck rolls out into the Indy front of the net. Now they play it all the way into the Comet zone. Here's a shot that whistles wide, and they clear it all the way out. And here's Sidlowski
with a bit of a
coming
break.
down. He stops, lost it, and he tries to put it in front of the net. Nobody there with 34 seconds to play. Down in the corner, Sidlowski bats at it again. Comes out to Shasma. Shasma takes a peek at the clock as he rolls it over to Crowder. Crowder, one-timer. Here's a shot
right on the net.
The save.
Shasma, good shot, good save.
Here's Sidlowski with 15 seconds. Sidlowski gets over to Crowder in the corner. Crowder working it to Shasma, far corner, 5 seconds. Here's Sidlowski with a backhander in front. Had Shasma, couldn't connect. 1 second, and that'll do it. Well, the Komets do it the hard way.
Point.
Komets do get the point. So they are now the 2nd seed, but we are going to overtime. We'll take a break. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Want to live a healthier life? You don't need to train for a marathon to do it. Even small changes can help you feel better. And at Parkview, it all starts with one word: go. Go for a walk. Go spend time with friends. Go do something simple right now to improve your well-being and take the Parkview Go Challenge. It's all about creating balance in your life. Mind, body, spirit, and community. For more healthy ideas, log on to parkviewgo.com. Parkview, your partner in health.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Colligan & Company in Fort Wayne.
All right, we are going to overtime here at the Coliseum.
Yep.
And the Komets do it the hard way. They just needed 1 point. Now they've got that point, so they have locked up the 2nd seed in the Western Conference as
home advantage for the first 2 rounds.
That's right.
Get there. Yep.
So hopefully the Komets can go into the playoffs actually on a win, as we'll be skating 3-on-3 here. Komets in the extra frame this year, 6, 7, 1, and 2. 23 points coming in those overtime games.
And we go 3-on-3 now for 5 minutes. See if we can break the tie and get another point.
And right now that game in Quad City is 4-3. Cincinnati with the lead on Quad City. So whoever the Komets will play is the winner of that game tonight in Quad City. Cincinnati wins, Cincinnati comes to town. If Quad City wins, it will be the Mallards back here next Friday and Saturday.
Well, I'd like to see Cincinnati, I'll tell you right now.
Well, I think everyone would like to think that. Here's Southorn coming down. Sidlowski trying to end it quickly. As again, we're skating 3-on-3 here in the extra frame. Tied at 2. And up along the far boards in the Indianapolis zone. And now here's Ben Marshall, 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Pass goes behind the winger Sharib. Sharib now has it, comes in, takes a shot, knocked away.
Here we go, 2-on-1 the Komets. Crowder and Southorn.
Here's Crowder over the blue line, walk it in, wrists the shot, he scores! Paul Crowder ends the game, and the Komets get the extra point. And they have locked up the 2nd seed in the Western Conference with the overtime win. Paul Crowder, his 2nd goal of the night, gives the Komets the victory by a score of 3-2 in overtime. That was the 31st shot of the night, and it was the most important one as Paul Crowder got the pass, came over, beat the defender, and he beat Schaefer, who played very, very well tonight, holding the Komets down. And Paul Crowder, as we get the replay here on the big board at the Coliseum, just wrists one past the goaltender for the winning goal on the 2-on-1 break in overtime. And that is the Komets' 7th win of the season in overtime. And they salute the fans. A huge crowd here tonight. And we will take a break, and we'll talk a little bit more about this one as we prepare for the annual end-of-season awards. And we'll also take a look at the scoreboard. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
If you treated your smartphone like greasy fast food treats your body,
Should I hang the picture here?
A little higher. Yeah, perfect.
I'll get the hammer.
No, don't be silly. I'll use my phone.
Wait!
you'd have no way to watch cat videos. So say no to greasy fast food and treat your body to the new rotisserie-style chicken sandwich from Subway. Made with tender, hand-pulled, all-white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. With your choice of fresh veggies on freshly baked bread. The Subway Sandwich Shop. Fresh is what we do.
Maybe it's hot out today, or maybe it's cold, but this weather's got you thinking about heading to the bar for an ice-cold Coors Light. Maybe it's a bar built into the steep cliff face of the Rocky Mountains with a waterfall that pours down on a multitude of Coors Lights, chilling them with the frigid power of a Rocky Mountain stream. You order one and it suddenly appears in your hand. It's so cold you feel like a giant eagle riding on cool winds, content with your foray into Rocky Mountain country. Forgot about the weather already, didn't you? Thanks, Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Hey, we have some good news for the new year. Eating a little better just got a lot easier. Because Applebee's took grill and bar favorites you love and made them a little better for you. Stop by today and try our new grilled onion sirloin with stout gravy, shrimp wonton stir fry, or hot shot whiskey chicken, starting at $9.99. All of the bold flavor, less of the calories. Only at Applebee's. Price and participation varies.
Bees Late Night means half-price select appetizers. Unwind with us Sunday through Thursday after 9 p.m.
WOWOAM, Fort Wayne.
Welcome to the Comet Hockey postgame show. Brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's Bob Chase.
Back live at the Coliseum as the Komets come away with a victory in overtime by a score of 3-2. And this is everything that went down here tonight at the Coliseum. Komets got on the board first, 1:12 of the first period. David Friedmann, his fourth of the season. Cody Stoll and Kyle Thomas picking up the assist on that goal. And Indianapolis got even at 2:48 of the first period. Sharib, his 17th of the season, and Champini the assist. That was on the power play. Indianapolis went ahead at 5:05 of the second. Rhett Bly, his 15th, and it was White and Sharib the assist. Paul Crowder, his fourth of the season at 21 seconds of the third period. Southorn the assist, and then it was Paul Crowder in overtime, 33 seconds of the extra frame. His fifth of the season, and that was right now the biggest one of the season as the Komets have locked up that second seed in the Western Conference. So the Komets do know they have got home ice advantage for the first two rounds. Now, who that opponent will be in the first round, don't know yet. As Cincinnati and Quad City, the winner of that one will get the Komets, and the loser will be playing Missouri. So Komets do know they'll be at home 15th and 16th. So those will be the first two rounds, the first two games of that first round. Schaefer gets the loss for Indianapolis tonight as Pat Nagle picks up the win for this evening. And that is Pat Nagle's 28th win of the year. Okay, we'll take one more break, and then we will take it down to ice level for our annual end-of-season awards. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
At Tim Hortons, we make our freshly brewed iced coffee just the way you like it. That means it's served up icy cold in creamy, refreshing flavors like original, caramel, or new mocha, all made from 100% Arabica coffee. And now for a limited time, cool down the way you want to. Get any small iced coffee today for just $1 at Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting drinks, amazing coffee. At participating Ohio restaurants. Offer available on small iced coffees only for a limited time plus applicable taxes.
Auto Care on the Go is auto care that comes to you. We built our business from the ground up based on integrity and honesty. Your vehicle will be professionally repaired on site by Auto Care on the Go. Our certified master mechanic team has over 28 years of auto repair experience. Auto Care on the Go will repair your vehicle and your activities never stop. Call 574-200-9945 or visit www.autocareonthego.com. Auto Care on the Go. Proud sponsors of the Komets, an auto mechanic service to fit your busy life.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For all your insurance needs, visit Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Back live at the Coliseum as we are getting ready for our end-of-season awards, as we will be crowning the Community Service Award along with the True Comet Award, the Comet Quarter's Most Improved Player Award, the Mr. Hustle Award, along with the Unsung Hero, the Brick Stonewall Defensive Forward of the Season, along with Defenseman of the Year and Rookie of the Year, and the Comet Most Valuable Player as well. As we're awaiting our PA announcer Larry Schmidt to take over the microphone, and he will start the ceremony here as everyone, all the players out on the ice, and still quite a few fans have stuck around to hear the end of season awards. It is a tradition here as we will celebrate this season.
All right, fans, I think we're ready.
Here's Larry Schmidt.
This is the 64th consecutive season of the Comet Player Awards. We'd like to thank our sponsors this year: the Fort Wayne News Sentinel, the Wigman family, Comet Quarters, the Stradman family, Brick, the Foss Folk family, and the Comet Hockey Club. Fans, here are some of the milestones from this year's Comet team. Gabriel Beaupre skated his 200th pro game. Paul Crowder recorded his 200th ECHL point. Taylor Crunk scored his first professional goal. Mike Embach registered his 200th pro point, his 100th career goal, and was ECHL Player of the Week. David Friedmann scored his first pro goal, as well as Justin Hamannik scored his first pro goal. Spencer Martin had his first pro shutout in his first pro game and was also named American Hockey League Player of the Week. Garrett Mears set a new Comet team record for scoring 2 goals in 4 seconds. Pat Nagle was named Goaltender of the Week, had his 100th pro win, and registers his 200th pro game. Brett Perlini scored his 100th career point. Jamie Shasma skated in his 100th ECHL regular season game. Cody Soul skated his 200th pro game. Jordan Southorn was ECHL Plus Performer for October, was ECHL Player of the Week, skated his 100th Comet game, and logged his 200th pro game. Sean Sidlowski dished his 100th career assist, had a 5-assist game, skated in his 300th pro game, and was ECHL Player of the Month for the month of March. Kyle Thomas recorded his first pro hat trick, and Will Weber skated in his 200th career game. Those are a few of the accomplishments of this year's Comet team. All right, fans, on to the awards. Our first award tonight is the Bud Gallmeyer Memorial Trophy Community Service Award. This is selected for community service and dedication to the game of hockey in memory of longtime Comet beat writer Bud Gallmeyer. Presenting the award are Katie Breggy, granddaughter of Bud Gallmeyer, and Will Breggy, great-grandson of Bud Gallmeyer. The winner of this year's Bud Gallmeyer Memorial Trophy Community Service Award, Cody Stoll. Our second award tonight is the Wiegman Family True Comet Award. This award exemplifies team spirit and positive attitude on and off the ice. To make the presentation is longtime Comet mom Ruth Wiegman. The Wiegman Comet Spirit Award goes to Mike Embach. Our third award tonight is the Comet Quarters Most Improved Player Award. This award is for the player showing the most improvement in his game from the beginning of the season to the end, and has been on the Comet roster since the start of the season. The award is sponsored by Comet Quarters, and presenting the award is Comet Quarters owner and manager Bill Franke Jr. The Comet Quarters Most Improved Player Award goes to Kyle Thomas. Our fourth award is the Mr. Hustle Award. This award honors the memory of Cliff and Gene Fell, Jim and William Fell, and Pat Curtis, longtime Comet fans. The Comet's Mr. Hustle Award takes into account a player's personal statistics, goals, assists, on-ice hits at home, and a player's overall up-tempo style of game. Presenting the award are Robert Gross and Darcy Koch. This year's Comet Mr. Hustle Award winner is Kyle Thomas. Our fifth award tonight is the Unsung Hero Award. This is the 5:30 award in tribute to Robbie Irons and the late Terry Pembroke, two longtime Comet players and members of the Comet Hall of Fame. This award is given to the player whose hard work, dedication to his teammates, and love of the game is in the true spirit of Comet legends Robbie Irons and Terry Pembroke. The award is sponsored by the Comet Legends. To present the award is Robbie Irons. The 5:30 Unsung Hero Award goes to Jamie Shafma. Our sixth award tonight is the Knob Brick Award. The longtime Knob Brick Award will be presented by Bob Benauer from Knob Brick. This year's award goes to the Stonewall defensive forward of the season for the Comets. The winner of this award can be counted on by the head coach to play a sound defensive game at both ends of the ice, and he usually draws the opposing team's top player as his defensive assignment. The Knob Brick Stonewall defensive forward is Sean Sidlowski. Our seventh award this evening is for the Comet Defenseman of the Year. The award goes to the Comet Defenseman of the Year for his overall play at both ends of the rink. His teammates count on him to help move the puck up the ice, work the power play, kill penalties, and usually play 40-plus minutes each game. Hey, Dave. The award is sponsored by the Comet Hockey Club. Comet General Manager David Franke presents the award tonight to Jordan Southorn. Our eighth award is the Comet Rookie of the Year Award. This award is sponsored by the Fossfolk family. The award goes to a player who is in his first year as a Comet and has not played more than 60 professional games. Presenting the award is Jim Moore, representing the Fossfolk family. This year's Comet Rookie of the Year Award goes to Kyle Thomas. Now, fans, our ninth and last award is the Most Valuable Player Award. This award is known as the Fossfolk Memorial Trophy. The award continues to be sponsored by the Fossfolk family and is voted on by the Comet players themselves. Presenting the award is the son-in-law of Fossfolk, Jim Moore. The Comet MVP for the 2015-16 season, as voted on by the players, Sean Sidlowski. Thank you, Comet fans. This wraps up our 2015-16 award ceremony. Let's hear for all the Comet players, coaching staff, trainers, everybody that kept these guys on the ice this year. Lots of transitions, still could win games. Thank you, fans. We'll see you back here for the first round of the playoffs starting next Friday and Saturday night. Get your tickets early. We should know the winner between Quad City and Cincinnati here in just a few moments. Drive safe, fans. We'll see you back here next weekend. Go Comets!
And there you have it. That'll wrap things up here from the Coliseum as we have our annual end-of-season awards. The big winner, Kyle Thomas, taking home a lot of hardware this evening, but Sean Sidlowski gets the team MVP. All right, we will take one more break, and we will wrap things up once and for all here at the Coliseum. Regular season is in the books. Bring on the playoffs. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Like surprises? Not when it comes to keeping your car running. That's why it's no surprise people go to Napa. With more than 400,000 quality parts and the know-how to back them all up, Napa is the difference between getting it right the first time and getting it right eventually. Napa know-how. 400,000 quality parts and one catchy song.
Napa, where Comet fans get their parts. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Wrapping things up here from the Coliseum. Comets get the win 3-2 on the final regular season game of the season. Comets will get the second seed in the Western Conference. Still not sure who they will play as the game out in Quad City still going on. It was 4-3 at last check. Cincinnati over Quad City. The winner of that game will get the Fort Wayne Comets. Losers will go to Missouri. So finally tonight, our Ruoff Home Mortgage player of the game is Paul Crowder. Crowder got 2 goals tonight, the game tire in the third, and then the game winner in overtime with 2 goals tonight. That's what makes Paul Crowder our player of the game, and a great name to know when you need a home mortgage is Ruoff Home Mortgage. So that'll do it. 3-2 is your final score. Next Comet action will be in the playoffs, games 1 and 2, right here at the Coliseum on the 15th and 16th of April. Get those tickets at the Coliseum ticket office or at Komets.com. So finally, 3-2 is your final score. Comets over Indianapolis. I've been your play-by-play announcer, Shane Albarani, and you've been listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.